Temperatures going up, the heat is rising, scholars showing up, audience vibing. We on a mission, competition is the only desire. Whose information will be facing the mercy of fire? So step up, stand up, can you walk through hell? So tough, too tough for the weak, soft shell. Set the fire, fan the flame, smoke is rising in blooms. While the inexperienced today just does the choke on the fumes. Bring your science, bring the wisdom, even bring your religion. If you can't stand the heat, then please don't come in the HOK. It's just a session, learn a lesson, fight and overcome oppression. Who'll be the best debated? By the time all the smoke clears, who wants to smoke? The smoke. This environment is the toughest, so bring your best in, put your spirit to the test. You stepping into the ring with the scholar with the no digit harder. I will make you holler in the information flow with power. You wanted to peak, the elite, the undisputed. Now watch as your outdated theories get refuted. I'm posted in the den, let the world burn. Pressure in the room, it's finally my turn. They want the smoke, I'm the whole forest fire. Watch the oxygen vanish as the flames climb higher. My mind is the weapon, I'm no joke. I'm the baddest, I come for the smoke. No joke, I'm the baddest to ever breathe. I don't play house, I make them leave. Smoke session. Smoke, 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 smoke session. I want the smoke. Smoke, smoke, smoke session. sa.neter, you better warn them. Who wants the smoke? Who wanna say that I'm not playing? Oh my God. Stop playing with me. Now, Paul, you better tell him, you better tell her now, Paul. Stop playing with me. Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Yeah. Temperatures going up, the heat is rising, scholars showing up, audience vibing. We on a mission, competition is the only desire. Whose information will be facing the mercy of fire? So step up, stand up, can you walk through hell? So tough, too tough for the weak, soft shell. Set the fire, fan the flame, smoke is rising in blooms. While the inexperienced today just does the choke on the fumes. Bring your science, bring the wisdom, even bring your religion. If you can't stand the heat, then please don't come in the HOK. It's just a session, learn a lesson, fight and overcome oppression. Who'll be the best debated? By the time all the smoke clears, who wants to smoke?
Peace to the family. Happy Friday to everybody. May 29th, 2026, and we made it. We made it to this date, and wishing you the best for your friends and families as we continue this life journey and to deal with a lot of different things in our community. I'm gonna bring on Brother Harwin. I'm interested in Brother Harwin. I've not found anything to disagree with Brother Harwin on, and seemingly people attack him because he's a Nuwabian, or that's the claim. And I look at a person's information, and so before I even begin with what I have to say, I'm giving my brother Harwin a chance to talk, and I'm hoping that he could articulate some things about, oh, happy birthday. It's your birthday, the Muffin Man. It's my former wife's birthday, and she has a son. She's Dr. Selma, PC, says Dr. Selma Mabry, and my son is a PhD, but he does have to defend his doctorate. So, without that said, Brother Harwin, what is on your mind, good brother? I see you pulled over. Normally, you just
Man,
go,
I'm pulled over, dog.
man. This is gonna be the Brother Reggie and Harwin show till we get into this thing, man. Man, uh,
Reggie, you taking my topic. I thought it was Sa that was running the show. It's you, though.
yeah. I'm not gonna let too many people on right now, but I'll let Jose Francis on. Harwin, what is going on, man? Can I put you on the big screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think sa.neter is going to interview you at some point, as he does. You have been, how can I say, you have not been pushing, but you have been making some very interesting points. And you said I took a point
You took the
from,
debate topic. I read the thumbnail and I thought that you and Jabari was debating is that the nets are literal or real.
yeah, yeah. Well, you noticed. You're a smart brother. You noticed like I noticed. So
Yep.
what is your general thought? Because I see you have a command of languages, yeah, not just not languages per se, but scripts that you can read. And you have been pushing that button, man, or comment button. So what's your take on everything? Go on and give it to us.
My take is I respect Jabari as a historian. I don't think that can be deniable. And he's clearly formidable and he's knowledgeable, no doubt about it. But when he makes the claim, and I've heard him say it multiple times, when he makes the claim that the nets are being literal or actual is a European concept that we have developed over time, I'm gonna be flat out and say, Reggie, that is a blatant lie
Mm,
because it's a lie. It's a lie. We can go through the Egyptian text. We can go through all the other cultures that gave birth to what we call Egyptian culture in Africa, and we see their stories and their oral traditions all over Africa, talking about not just there are allegorical aspects. So he's not completely wrong, but he's wrong because he speaks of the allegory like it's absolute. Like for example, he was talking yesterday to the Hebrew brothers, and they didn't really know how to address him on it because
mhm,
they couldn't read. They don't really have a command of the text.
mhm,
So he was talking about Ani and Unifer becoming an Asar. And it's like, that doesn't mean that their Ka and their Ba, their personal personage, is the exact same as the Asar that Heru is leading them to in the Dua. That doesn't say that.
mm,
And that is misleading.
mhm,
And you know it's misleading because it's not saying that. Just because you take on the attribute of, i.e., God the Father, as they would say in Christian concept, which is a good analogy for this because he claimed that we got it from Europeans, but then he turned around and say the Europeans got it from us. And he had a whole debate with a European, Dr. Kerrigan or Kerrigan or whatever his name is, about this very topic of Christianity getting concepts from us. So how is it possible? You can't have it both ways. It's impossible. And it's in the text, in the papers of Ani, and the coming forth by day to put Imheru when they're speaking about either if it's Unefer or Ani or whichever one. Just because they're becoming an Asar doesn't mean that they are becoming that specific Asar that they
mhm,
claim that they are meeting in the afterlife. This
mhm,
guy Asar, who they call Osiris, they clearly believed walked this earth before, and that he became venerated in the afterlife. He was so profound in his living life that he became a Netcher, as they would say. I would say Nathar, whatever, that he
mhm,
became so profound that he had this position in the afterlife. And to them, the afterlife is actual. And in the text, things that actually happen in the afterlife also actually happen in this so-called living realm. It's all in the text. And for
mhm.
him to say that it's not there, that it's absolutely allegorical, is disingenuous on someone of his level. It doesn't
Mhm.
make sense.
Well, I agree. I think, and I'll talk about this. I think that people have to be accountable for exactly what they say, or they should revise it. So, if
Yes.
there is a lack of clarity on, and if the person wants to say more, then Brother Harwin, then the person should say more. this is not a one-off statement that he's been saying. This has been a statement he's been going on for at least 3 years on this channel, and then longer. But I noticed it, and I let it go on for a while, waiting for him to make some clarity. But he doubles down on it. He says the Ntrs are real. He says they are not literal. He says that they are not actual.
Yes, he does.
And then he says that we can understand them as kind of forces and energy. And
that's what he said.
That's not what the Nile Valley African said. That's his interpretation. So I'm concerned. I am concerned.
I think interpretation, Dr. Reggie, I think you letting them out.
Brother Reggie.
Brother Reggie, I think you letting them out. It's not an interpretation. It's a blatant mistranslation.
Oh, it's a blatant, it's ignorance. Absolutely. It shows that he hasn't read the text, that and if he has, he's lying about the text. I'm just trying to couch it to be academic and professional. So I'm going to say that he misinterpreted for my purposes, but my general belief, in not trying to slander him, is that I know that he has a professorship position. I respect that. Congratulations. I know he has a degree in Black Studies from Dr. James Turner. I respect that. I knew Dr. James Turner. I helped Dr. James Turner, right, where he tries to clown me on my computer science, but I helped train Dr. Turner and others on using the computer. The PC had just came out, and when Dr. James Turner came to the Schomburg Center, I helped train Dr. James Turner on how to use Microsoft Word. So and that helped him the rest of his career at the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture of the New York Public Library. So I did train Dr. James Turner, and I trained probably maybe about 60 scholars and residents at the Schomburg Center on the usage of computers. Yeah, so he's untruthful. So the issue is, and I'm going to talk about him, but generally, what I'm trying to get from you is a little bit more so that people can understand who is Brother Harwin, and what is your takes about things that's going on before sa.neter interviews you, just in general. sa.neter's going to do a better job.
You can ask me whatever, like what you want to know.
Okay. People clown the Nubians for Dr. York's actions, right? But what did you learn about Nile Valley civilization from the community? What did you learn?
Well, I was already into history again. I was already in college when I ran into a Nuwapi, right? I was at Columbia College, Chicago. It's right downtown. So when I was about to get married, I was getting into the Bible a lot, Reggie, because I wanted to do it the right way. But when I got into the Bible, I got into the Hebrew, and I was looking at the Hebrew from the standpoint of a Christian. And then I ran into a Nuwapian on Facebook, and he's not one of those Nuwapians that be all in the videos, you know, all on the social media. He's to himself. But I ran across him, and I gave an incorrect form breakdown of Elohim and certain Hebrew concepts that I was learning from Christian apologists, right? And when I did it, he decimated me, and I didn't take it as negative. I was intrigued, so I jumped in his inbox, and it don't matter if it was 12 in the afternoon, 12 at night, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. That brother would answer any question I had. When I say any, and I call him respectfully, I call him wise. He would answer any question that I ever had, and he wouldn't just answer, he'd show me the evidence of it. So that's how I came into Nuwapu, from that paradigm, from the point of history and language, and having to prove what you're saying, because that's how he was addressing me. And he treated me like I was his little brother. And I never met him in physical, never met him in my life in physical person. So
Mm-hmm.
my experience with a Nuwapian is from this brother. And then I met another brother when he instructed me that it was a bookstore in Chicago, right off 79th Street. And it's crazy because my grandmother's house right off 79th Street in Ingleside, her former house. And I never heard of this store until he said it. So it's a little east of Stony Island. If anybody ever went to Chicago, it's not there no more. They closed down within the last year or so. But I went to this bookstore and I met another Nuwapian by the name of Amun, and he took me under his wing.
Mm-hmm.
So I came into Nuwapu with guys that were very proficient in languages and history. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why when you see how I come at this, it's because of them. So if you ask me what Nuwapu has done for me, I never met Dr. York in person. I never knew Dr. York existed until 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Never knew who he was. So my perspective of it has come from former students of these two people that were
Mm-hmm.
former students of his that knew him directly. They knew him personally. They were in class with him before, and they told me certain experiences I'm not going to share. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But from my paradigm, that's how I was introduced to Nuwapu.
Well, it's there's a thing called brothership and mentorship, and a lot of people confuse what happens at the top with actually what's going on as far as the education is concerned. And the negative part of Dr. York is negative, and there's no way that I'm going to clean it up. But the community that he built of young women and young men is probably unlike what we have ever seen in Islam and in largely in Islam and dealing with the Abrahamic faiths. And they have questions, they have answers. Their questions and answers are very precise. And I don't think that you can get by them. And so I see that you have some training. So about
Yeah.
this now, you know, they overdo this comedic stuff. I think it's marketing. They brush their teeth with comedic this, comedic that, and we know that the King Kedi, he was the first person to kind of claim that for a land, not saying that the term was not used prior because it seemed to have in my research it seemed to have been used for land prior out of the relationship to their cattle culture and black
You talk about the
cattle.
morphine Kemet?
Uh, uh, I'm talking, yeah. If you say the morphine Kemet, I'm saying the Kemet with the Nuit glyph. I've seen Kemet with the Nuit glyph prior to Keti. It's actually from Seneferu's time, and so I know it seemed to be an estate until it became a city, till it became a name for the land, and these people in this uh, spirituality, as they call it, but I call it a closed culture. They use it to draw people in, and then if academically their adherents will be murdered by bringing that into dealing with what we are preparing ourselves to do is to have more conversations with the Egyptologists, the Europeans. So if they bring that into that conversation, they're going to be murdered because they're not going to be precise. They don't know the first instance. They don't know the difference between the when people were called, uh, and they were never called Kemetic. So they don't. If you ask them what they were called, they would say, "Oh, the Kemetic people." They start speaking in English. The Kemetic people, the Cometians, uh, they'll be murdered in academic. And so what we're trying to do is save our community by being more specialized. So what are some of your other thoughts? I mean, generally, because
I
you
think that what you just said is fair. In fact, a lot of the, I mean, I've been watching sa.neter TV probably since around 2013.
Uh-huh.
And I want to tell you something. Like, I've gained a great respect for you, Reggie, for how you deal with me, because you only deal with information.
Hmm.
And
I deal with ish
and
too. I deal with the
yeah,
ish. Yeah. Uh-huh.
that's not my experience with you.
Hmm.
So when I watched you roll up on the Wapians, I don't know where y'all was at in New York,
Hmm.
but you
They
rolled
rolled
up
up
on some
on
New
us.
Wapians.
They rolled up
Oh,
on
okay.
us.
They rolled
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. They rolled up on
So
us.
when they rolled up on you, you asked a very fair question. Very
Yeah.
fair question that, and you're not the only one that was asking these similar questions. I think you asked it in a more of a academic, respectful way. It was
Hmm.
aggressive, but still it was academic. You asked very fair question. Where can we find this at?
Hmm.
Where's the text? Where's the
Hmm.
stele? Where's something in Africa? That's a fair question to me.
Hmm. And from
I
a
don't
good
think.
young man. He was a good young man who had learned a lot of stuff. Hui Ka. And Hui Ka is not, he's an ancestor now, a young ancestor. And he he uh he was aggressive, and he came up and uh fine. So, respect is respect, and he tried to push what he learned. And I was like, fine, who taught you this? Where did you get it from? What's the source? Right? And ultimately the source was teachings of Dr. York. And I was like, that's great. That's great. I have a problem with that, but do you have any other sources? He did. And me and Hui Ka became, we became great friends. Uh, and I'm so sorry that he's not here. And then what happened was, um, I guess the Nuwapians did not like that conversation, how it unfolded. So then young Prince York came, and young Prince York is a respectable, good dude. Um, but he chose to have a conversation with Jabari rather than me because he just did not want to talk to me. Um, he just didn't want to talk. He just didn't want to talk to me. So he chose to, which was smart, to talk to Jabari. Now, um, by that time, I think Jabari's presence had risen. I'm gonna tell you flatly because I just don't respect the things that he say. On Kim and on trial, Shaka asked if we could use him, and I flatly said no. And then Shaka said, "Why?" I said, "Because he's a believer in and that will be a problem with us because what he's believing is doesn't actually align directly with what I've studied in Tawi civilization. It didn't academically align, and I didn't want the Hebrews to seize on that and make the debate about who Jabari is and attack a belief. I wanted to deal with defending Kemet, and we can only do that with text and history. And I'm not saying that he could not do it with history, but the problem is that look, we didn't show up in costumes and things like that, and ankhs on our hand, and none of that. We showed up as just black men in America with no superpowers. Like the ankh on your hand don't give you no superpowers. You are going to die. You're going to go to the toilet. You're going to do all the. You just have a belief that something is going to happen in the afterlife,
Right.
and I that's their belief, and I'm not going to go back and forth right now with their belief, but their particular belief is seemingly they take the aspects of Christianity that we know and fuse it with what they do, like the Purnam Haru, the weighing of the heart, right? The coming through Osiris, Osir, Horus, meeting, coming through Horus to the father, the son to the father. That's not necessary. There's much more in the textual record because the Purdom had ruled didn't occur until the 18th dynasty, right? Prior to that, it was the coffin text and prior to that was walls,
Pyramid text. Yeah.
and then prior to that was just writing on linen on the deceased. And so this whole thing is not about the 18th dynasty or what they did, right? So your thoughts?
I don't think you said nothing wrong. You know, it's a lineage of what the Persian root comes from, and you just gave it. You know, the coffin text going down for things on different walls and temples, i.e., the different temples, then the pyramid text, and and I think all of that originally comes from oral traditions that came from Africa,
Yeah.
and it got just like anything else changed over time, maybe or augmented over time. Maybe they did some research themselves, as I think they were scientists and historians themselves, and they added and changed or augmented what they did. I mean, even in science today, there's different aspects of science that don't fully agree, like general relativity and quantum mechanics. They don't agree at all, but they exist in a paradigm within the same world at the same time. And scientists are trying to work that out. So I think it's something similar to that occurred.
Yeah,
And
it was a
you
lot
didn't say
of
nothing wrong.
absorbing. Prior to that, for example, Osur, he wasn't the big guy. It was Sekir, Soker. Um,
Sokar, yeah,
yeah, he was a big guy, and then he absorbed Osir, right? And then there were other big guys from other places. There was Men, there was
men, yeah.
Noon, right?
Remember, I
And
told you I argued. I think that men is actually men. You know how you see atum, and then you can see
mhm,
the word sometimes written just as tomb.
mhm.
I think that same grammatical concept relates to amen and men.
Uh, I think there's a lot of what we call syncretism, absorption,
For
and
sure, for
and
sure.
uh, and that the early people, when they deceased, they went to their place, and their place was uh, pretty much in a tomb or in the ground. Uh, Earlier than that, it was tumuli. They would create a kind of a rock burial, right? And that you would go to your place and you would be happy with what happened, or what you was doing in your life. And so if you was uh, how can I say, if you was a cattle person, you would that's and most of them were cattle people, but not all of them. Then the days of your
Yeah,
life with your wife, you would tend your imagination in your place, right? And then later it became cosmic in literature, right? But yeah. So your general thoughts?
um, I, I agree with that mostly. I think that it was some because I studied all these oral traditions, and it's real
Mhm,
hard to date oral traditions, but you kind
mhm,
of do it linguistically by how they might find certain words that date to certain morphemes that deal with agriculture. Then they say, okay,
mhm.
they were eating this agriculture at this time, this specific type of plant. So it's kind of hard to date them, but you see those astrological aspects combined with agriculture and what you said, the cattle pastoralism
Mhm.
culture for sure. You see that you see amalgamation of those three things. And you
Right,
can even see that with the dung beetle, you know. So yeah,
right. So these are observations that the people had, and first they drew them, but they drew them in a very organized way in things called vignettes, and we can find that in uh, the Nakata vases, right?
yeah,
They also etched
right.
in stone, and that comes from our earlier periods of Africans deeper in the south, such as
Agreed,
Southern Africa, and ultimately
agreed,
Africans that came from the Green Sahara, and
agreed,
and then
agreed.
migrated because of the climate into what we now call the western and eastern deserts that were not always deserts. So we
Agreed.
have um,
And
so
pretty
we
recent in history too. It's not that old.
no, so we all these Kemet brushing their teeth people, they don't talk about that. I do got to give Ankh credit because Ankh does talk about that, and then there's this whole thing uh, that the high priest of metaphors. That's him, Neter, him
Yeah, coming up
metaphor,
to
him no, but him metaphor because the netters are or not real. The letters are real, but they're not literal. So if they're not literal, that means they are metaphorical. So the
Yeah.
hymneta of metaphors, yeah, yeah, this is not what he teaches to the community. He teaches symbolism,
Yeah,
largely.
and that's not right. I mean, even some of the pharaohs, let me say, the Subiti,
Mhm.
became recognized in the text as Neter when they passed on.
I'm gonna give
So
you something to read, right? Because people don't know that you do know the meta nature, and I have taken a peek, so I see that you are uh, it's not difficult, but I see that you could get around it. So I just want to big you up, and let's just see if I could pull this up.
okay.
And you don't have to rush. Um, you don't have to rush, but I think this is okay. Great. So I have it here. I have it, and let me just see if I can put it on the screen because I want to. When I like somebody's work, I tell them I like their work, right? And if I think that I could be any assistance, right? And there's better meta nature. I'm introductory medium, uh, right? I'm
Yeah, we
definitely
all
not
learning. We all
right,
learning.
but I have enough to be able to at least check the text. So here is this text right here.
Reggie, you a troll.
Huh?
I see. Yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So,
So Eddie F
huh?
M
Yeah, right?
M
Um,
Shishu Ness.
so, wait, first of all, is it literal?
I already know what you was coming with when I looked at the gifts.
Okay, well, don't
That's what I
translate it.
said.
Don't
I'm
translate
not.
it.
I just read it. I ain't gonna translate it.
But I just
I
want to ask
said,
you some questions about it. Is it literal?
to me, it is.
Wait, is there any metaphors? What's the metaphors?
No.
Huh? Is it straight literal?
Yes.
Okay. Is the natural involved in it being literal?
Yeah. It's right there. In
It's
fact,
right there. Huh?
there's
Wait.
a suffix um a suffix there. The F suffix, the personal a personal pronoun right
Uh-huh. Yeah, right.
there.
Right. This is the meta nature. Is there a man? Is he non-literal?
He's very literal.
Okay, great. Is the writing literal?
Yes, it is.
Is it writing?
Yes, sir.
Is it to the
Yes, it
letter?
is. It's to the letter.
Is it about
That's why I
the
said you being a troll.
is it about the Netaru?
Yes.
Okay. One time I put this up there in the hymn nature of metaphors. He said there's can be one more many translations. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. There's nuances in particular words like make
For sure. For sure.
to it doesn't have to be make in this. It could be that we assign, right? It could be words like that, right? But ear
Right.
is normally to make, but it could be actually to assign, right? Um, so to the audience, it basically I don't know what happened to Jose. Um, I don't know what happened to Jose, but um, it says his name is Nephimat, right? And he's a
Yep.
royal. He's a North suit. He's a
That's true.
royal, right? And
Hmm.
then it says that's just his name and title. He's royal, and it says that he assigns or he makes, right?
Yep.
Um,
At eight is make. Yeah, right there. At
right.
E.
right? And
Yep.
he assigns the Neteru, right?
His net the root.
Right? Well, right? Uh,
Right.
his Neteru, which is worse,
Yeah.
right?
Which is worse. That's why I said that.
Right? The personal pronoun, right? Right?
Right. The
And
personal pronoun suffix right there.
yeah, and so, ladies and gentlemen, this is a literal statement of the Neteru. As a matter of fact, it's a very important statement of the Neteru, and it's very literal. It has nothing to do with the forces and energy, right? And how they work in the universe, right? It's a description on someone assigning his Neteru, right? And I'll stop right there. But I'm not a troll. I'm just trying to say that when the person who the him nature metaphors, why don't he show some meta nature where it makes his point? Um, so generally in the next 7 8 minutes, kick your ish. What's going on?
That's the issue I had with what he was saying with them yesterday. And the elder sa.neter kept me on ice for 2 hours, then let Unc come up here and give a little mini presentation. Then I had to dip out.
Okay, Ankh is he's one of the pillars of
Yeah,
he's
which is
very
cool.
helpful. So you
That's
but
cool.
I noticed that Horin. So that's why I said you know, if they want to smoke with you. So
Oh, they can
um
pull up. I got a couple minutes.
yeah. So that I would hope that the Hebrews and the Christians don't pull up on you because that would be disastrous, right? That would be disastrous. But you know, how can I say, things like Christ and stuff like that. Is Christ literal? Yeah. Is the word historical? Yes. Um, Jabari gets away with attacking people, and then when they attack back and challenges him, he kind of doesn't want to deal with the actual arguments. And
And he can
me,
get out of it because they can't really they can't hold him accountable because they don't know enough about the topic to hold him accountable. And
yeah,
neither does Side. See, that's what the elder Side upset me about. Like, hey, you know, Side, when a Hebrew or Christian up here, man, he'd go into that Bible and bang on them. He'd say, here's this contradiction where this say this, but you say that. But he never ever goes into the Egyptian text to see if what Jabari is kicking is real.
well, he has me. He'll call me up, and he'll call a number of people up, and how can I say? And that's why we're here today, not because Sonetta calls me, but I was like, this guy, um, this guy's saying too much untrue. And it's not that I feel any pain or suffering for the Christians or the Hebrews, but when he starts teaching um, uh, our people, right, and he leaves things untrue, and he seems like he's the ultimate expert, and he can't be impeached, and then he goes into witness protection program. Well, I'm like,
That's what I've been saying the whole time. Reggie gets the witness protection program. He still ain't, hey, Reggie. I mean, Jabari, you haven't emailed me back yet.
oh, let me put you on a big screen. Put you on the big screen so you can. Here you go, right there, huh?
Jabari, you haven't emailed me back
You
yet
gotta look
since
in the
our
camera.
conversation, brother.
You can't look at you can't huh? You gotta look in the camera, Harwin.
You gotta email me back. You gotta get out this program. See, I thought you was out of that protection program, but come to find out you might be in it. You got time to come talk to these Hebrew brothers, and I love my Hebrew brothers, especially Kazad. I got affinity for Kazad. But you got time to talk to them. You ain't got time to email me back, brother. Come on, man. We got the two top. I think Brother Reggie took my second topic. We could come up with another one because you can't deal with Reggie on that topic. But just come on, man. I respect you as a scholar, but we got to get it in. We got
Now
to
he
lock
don't pick
on.
topics. He don't pick topics where he cannot finagle, right? So he'd go around and say something like the Tamu forever. So Harwin, is the Tamu the white man?
No, yes or no, but no, not originally.
Okay, so the
Talk about Libyans.
yeah, but when the word was used, right, by particular people, were they the white man?
I wouldn't call them the white man that we say today. No.
Okay, were Libyans white at that time?
I think there was DNA there that people might consider Asiatic or Indo-European, but it's not native to Africa. So were they native Black Africans? Maybe some of them were. I think it's ambiguous, but they wouldn't be called what we call white today.
Did they harm? How did they harm Africa?
How did the Tahino harm Africa?
Yeah.
I mean, they had wars back and forth with the Remetz, just like there was some conflict with the Remetz and the Cash and Tasseti, the Nubian and the Hessi people over time. Like,
right.
So it's kind of that's ambiguous. I wouldn't use it like how Jabari is using it right now.
Was the people in Tawi civilization, were they always correct?
No, they wasn't always correct. No.
Right. So why do people take their side, their propaganda?
There's an over romanticization or Egyptianization of it. Like to your point, when you talk about, they don't ever want to talk about where the origins of these people come from the Green Sahara, from Central and Southern Africa, which some of these people are mentioned by name in the text, regardless of their anachronisms or not. These different groups are mentioned by name, and I think there's an over emphasis on dynastic Egypt because I think maybe that we think that's when it was great. That's not my opinion, but I think that's what it is.
I think it's because Europeans had liked Egypt. They were marketing Egypt, right? Because they could see some of themselves. Now there was two groups. There's the Tame group, which is the Tamahu group, the Tamahu as he calls it. Then there is the Ticino groups. So the Ticino groups are the people that are more, what you would say, North African, right? Those are the Ticino groups. Who are the Tame groups?
Can you say that again, Reggie?
The Tame groups, the Tamahu groups, the Tame.
The Tamahu groups. I mean, they were some of the Tahino. I think at different time period, those were used interchangeably. But I think those are more Asiatic people that came in. I don't think they were North African.
Well, okay. So who?
I mean, somebody might consider them that. You know how ambiguous that can be.
Well, I don't think so much ambiguous because the groups recorded by the ancient Egyptians, the Tamahu groups, well, no, the Ticino groups, they were the groups that you might see in North Africa that may have been part of the Hekakasu groups, right?
Yeah.
As some of the Canaanites. So these are immediate people in the north. The Tame groups, these are the groups coming from the Green Sahara that ultimately interface with Nubia, right?
They did. If you talk about the Green Sahara, for sure. But they can say that about the some people might consider those in what they anachronistically call in Canaan. They might consider them the Western Natufians that originally came from Africa too. So that's why I said that could be ambiguous.
Well, okay, so that's a topic, but Dr. Christine Clorer, she does a great mapping of them, and the Tame. So when you look at the Nehes groups, you will see the Tame group. When you see the Harkuf story, he's going to go down south and he's going to mess with the Tamahu groups, right?
Different groups for sure.
Right.
And sometimes I think the Nubians was called Hyksos at one time.
Oh, they were. Oh, great insight.
So
the Nubians, the so-called Hekakasu is a confederation of groups, not a people, right? So sorry, Hebrews, the Hyksos cannot be anything connected to your Abraham. They were confederation groups because the Kamos Stellas, they talk about the southern having a piece of Africa, a piece of their country, and the northern groups having a piece of their country. Two groups having a bite of their up there.
I'm following you.
And that is the Hekakasut. And the Hekakasut means foreign rulers. So I'm sorry, it's not a people group related to religion. But you know, you can
It
come
originally
out.
was a word that can be used for anybody that's a foreigner. Now, was it used to people that came from Canaan at a certain time period? Sure, but the Egyptians that sometimes considered the Nehesi or the Nubians foreigners at one point, even though they're not really,
Well,
but
once they
they will be
created
labeled that way.
right by their propaganda, right?
Exactly,
But if you're
exactly.
brushing your teeth with the Colgate Kemet, you're gonna miss this because you're brushing your teeth with the Colgate Kemet Colgate, right? So
Yeah,
you're
I
not.
had to swallow that pill. My professor told me about one time the Nubians was called Hyksos. I was like, what? And then I looked into it. Yeah, it's a true thing.
Oh, there was a king of the Hekakasu called Nehesi.
And it's funny because in Genesis, Abraham was a part of a confederacy. I want to say Genesis 18.
Mhm,
And that confederacy included Amorites and different people. So
mhm. Right. So I
that's
mean,
not an attack on you Hebrew brothers. I'm just keeping it a buck.
yeah. So no, what they have done is imperialize, and they created. They're using their Bible as a how can I say the bullseye, and then from the bullseye they're spanning out, but they don't know the history. They there was a conversation about the Exodus, and that was really interesting. You Hebrews, when you find people within Egypt practicing El and Yahweh, I'm talking about within Egypt proper, and you're talking about thousands of people, you let me know because they wasn't worshiping any El or Yahweh in Egypt or Tawi civilization. They weren't worshiping those groups. The Yahweh groups were raiders, the Shashu of Yahweh, and the El people were
Oh yeah,
all
for sure. For
in
sure.
Canaan. So what we do find is Baal, right? We find Baal inside the two lands, but you don't find El. So where they worship, were these groups of people who you claim to be Exodus, were they worshiping Baal? Even though there's not a whole group of Baal worshippers, you could say the Hekakasu worshiped Baal and Egyptian gods, but they didn't worship El and Yahweh. So your Bible story is really problematic, right? And
It's problematic. It's problematic. There's some
that's
things in there I think that shows that they were worshiping Baal. I don't think they probably would admit that.
all right.
But
So 5 more minutes. Hey, Harwin, call them all out, right? Like who's pseudo, who you got your eyes on, who you gonna put your boots on their neck. Uh, you got
first
five.
things first, Jabario Sazin.
Hmm.
I do not want to take the focus of Jabario Sazin. Do not want to do that. Me and the
He's a
brother
limit
Yara.
perfection program. You're not gonna get him until somebody makes him mortal, right? You know, the professor. You're not gonna get him until somebody makes him mortal, and I'm gonna make him very mortal if he chooses to debate what he taught, right? I'm gonna make him very mortal, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
next,
brother Reggie, you took my topic from me, but I know that he's not gonna be able to really deal with you on that topic.
I'm sorry, good brother, but I noticed it like you noticed it, and I have a little stature. I have a little stature, and I'm not gonna let him do what he did with Inky, like some backroom deal where he finesses. No, if I talk to
That was
Jabari,
a finesse.
oh
They
yeah,
finessed my brother Inky. They did. That was a finesse.
well, it wasn't. What do you mean, Zay? sa.neter wants a good debate. If you sa.neter's like this, he'll leave it up to you. If you wanna be finessed, he's not gonna stop the finessing. So you got no sa.neter. He's not gonna stop the finessing because that's up to you, right? So
That's fair.
yeah, that don't mean sa.neter tries to put on some of the best debates, but if he's the best on these platforms, on our platforms, sa.neter is the best, right? So he's like in the streets, right? If somebody gonna take your money, he's not gonna stand up for you.
But he not doing that with Jabari. He protecting him. When I was up here talking to Jabari, he said, no, Jabari, don't do it. He gonna show that map. Listen, man, you can have that map.
Yeah. But Harwin,
and you will still get it.
Harwin, you're gonna have your time. You just have to be patient, and at the same time, every time he comes up, you got to eat his food. Even you got to take his food from his plate. Like what they say in the prison yard, and somebody got a bun, some bread, and you ain't.
Oh, your cornbread. Give me your cornbread.
Yeah, give me your cornbread, and I'm gonna take some of your gravy too. So look, Harwin, you brand new to this, man. I mean, there's some people that's been here for a while, but you are formidable. So just keep taking the boy's cornbread. He ain't gonna fight.
We ain't gonna let him out that corner. He's on video accepting it already. We ain't gonna let that go.
Yeah, but
all you gotta do is ask Sai. I've been texting Sai every other day. Rumble, young man, rumble. He can't deal. He call him Floyd Mayweather, so I'm giving him this whole Ali thing. Like, he ain't Ali. I don't even know how he Floyd with some of these losses, but that's cool too.
Okay, off of Jabari, you say Yara. Yara is somebody.
The elder Yara me and him had a conversation on here when Nepal was up here, Easy Bands was up here, and he was talking about the term Elohim, and Unc was jumped in and started catching bullets for him. But Yara was up here talking about the Elohim and what's happening in Genesis 1:1 and Genesis 1:27, Genesis 2:7. He was talking about that, and it was a fundamental misunderstanding. I think Nepal Hebrew Israelite.
I
think she got the best command.
She's Nepal. She knows. You got to give it to her. She knows. She knows the Bible. So you got to give it to her. But she's Nepal.
That's what I was about to say. I think she has the best command of the Bible than all of them. It's my honest opinion. Just from hearing her say certain things. From hearing her say certain things that day when I was talking to y'all, her and I were talking to Yara in Easy Bands because they was kind of jumping on her. And Sa was right there, but Sa started listening when I got to talking. I got to showing them things in the Hebrew text. In the it was in the Masoretic text, but whatever. Yeah.
Well, she
me hearing things that she said, anybody that really studied the language would know, like, oh yeah, she know what she's talking about.
So she but she's also new. She figures she got her weight up, and I'm not gonna say that she hasn't, but she's fighting against her own, not her own, but people who worship the Bible, and so she'll be able to have a good debate with one of these lamb eating Hebrew Israelites.
I don't think they can deal with her. I'm gonna be real with you.
Well, but the problem is she gets a little esoterical, and then in the minute that you get into a space where you have to overly prove something, then that becomes problematic, right?
That can become problematic if she just stay in the academia. She's one of the first Hebrew Israelites, or if she doesn't identify that, I apologize. But she's one of the first people of that similar faith that admits the Numa Elish. When I was up here talking, I got the quoting the Atra Hasis, and she was agreeing with me. So when I see that, I said, "Oh yeah, she's telling the truth as much as she knows she can."
She's much more expanded. So she's like in a situation with you. She would like to debate Jabari, right? Well, she did with the group of Yara and Guerrilla Hebrew. And so she's debated within a group, but we shall see, and we shall see you. So if you wanted to debate Jabari, look in the camera, what you want to debate him more?
Same topic. I told him that's on record. Can Nuwapu be found in Africa, on the continent of Africa, before Dr. Malakazi York Pandabab Yanun ever said anything about it? That's the first topic. The second topic is what we was originally talking about when we came on that you took from me.
Okay, that's in the past. And listen, the debate with him Netra of metaphors may not happen. I'm gonna explain why. Because the him Netra of I'll explain why later. So you might end up with that topic because
Okay.
all I'm going to just do is drag him until he gets the debate. And so somebody says, says, I'm trying to take away Jabari's shrine. I mean, his shine. Yeah. What about my own shine? Why? I was here before. I was here before,
Why
right?
you got to be trying to take somebody's shine just because we want to be academically correct? When it's Jabari, it's oh, we trying to be academically correct. When it's someone else, oh, you trying to take his shine? I thought this was about information, not shine.
Yeah,
What we
well,
doing?
it's entertainment. You know what we're doing. So because you want to put pom poms on and you want to wear panties and you want to root for somebody who don't even talk about you, care about you, wants to make you an inherent, put you in a shrine, right? If that's what you want to do, right? That's fine. But when it comes to information, so Mr. Osase, Professor Osase, because that's his title now, or adjunct Professor Osase, because I don't think you're not a full professor until you are on a tenure track, and to do that, you have to have substantial writings, and in academia, you have to publish or perish, and so he's at a tier where he could stay an adjunct for 10, 20 years, but he won't move up unless he publishes, right? And but that's the profession that he's in, and I'm not taking nothing away from him. But I know many. I knew my mentor was the director of Black Studies at City College, and that's my mentor, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, and he gave a lot. He made a lot of people professors that weren't professors, right? And he cultivated them, but it was him to make them a professor, to bring them into the department. So that's just how it works. It's sometimes more political because there are a lot of PhDs that are out of work in history. They went to Temple, they went to Ohio State, and they got PhDs. They went to and they got PhDs, but they can't find a job in Black Studies as a professor, right? And
Now, there's
so,
some truth to that. My professor told me about that because I had still wanted to be a professor, and he was telling me about that recent conversation we had like last month.
yeah. So, okay, Herwin, 3 more minutes. Yara, the Himnetcher, who else? The high priest,
That's it.
Himnetcher Tepi. You know,
um,
Imhotep was the Himnetcher Tepi.
yeah, he was the top of all the first, the top, the head of them.
Yeah, he was. So in his shrine, in Jabari's shrine, he's a Himnetcher Tepi. Uh, who else? Yara, who else you want to deal with?
I don't know if I really want to debate y'all. I was just mentioning because that's a conversation where I haven't had any enough engagements with anybody to specifically call anybody out other than
Okay.
Jabari because he spoke on me and not me directly, but he spoke on Nuwapu. And
Okay.
anybody that want to do that can get it.
Hmm.
They can do. We
Okay.
can do it at the same time.
All right. Well, you keep doing the good work, and we'll be looking for you, and so they could put some respect on Harwin and the brothership and sistership that birthed him, uh, independent of Dr. York, but Dr. York's teachings, his public teachings, were formidable. Um, I know because I knew when shoot. Uh, 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 he had a disagreement with Dr. Yosef Ben Jokanan, and uh, as a military, the SR law would have ate our food militarily. They would have ate our food, right? We were not built like they were built, right? We were built intellectually. They wore combat boots and jalabias, right? And so we were not built like them. But intellectually, that's when I met Dr. York and his brother, who's a Muslim. I knew them a long time, but from a distance. So
Okay.
before you go, anything else?
No, man, I appreciate the time, man. Jabari,
Oh,
come on, man. Stop, get out, come up out of hiding. You got
okay.
time to talk to everybody else. Come
So
on
we
now.
got a chance to listen to our good brother Harwin, and Harwin, your name, what does it mean?
Say that again.
Your name, what does it mean?
Har like Haru. It just doesn't have the u at the end.
Okay.
And then when means to exist, but it's also a play on words
Mm-hmm.
for one or the English word win. But it's like win and nefer, like a SARS name, win
Mm-hmm.
meaning to exist. So
Uh-huh.
high existence, exist on high.
Mhm. So Heru exists in Harwin, right?
Yes,
Heru
sir.
exists in Harwin, and I think that you're formidable. And I get, is your name literal?
It's very little. My full name, that's an epithet. My full name is actually Harar Sanan Imhotep Amun. That's my full name.
I heard Jabari's name. Um, I heard Jabari's name. I don't know if it's uh, I'll leave it like that. I
Reggie
heard.
got smoked.
Yeah, I don't like, I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them people. They string words together and stuff like that. And then he said something really nasty when I brought up who is this teacher. I wasn't making a dig on the ancestor Baba Hebrew Samaj, but I would have liked to talk to him, and I have talked to him, right? And I have an idea of what some of the things that he taught, and I know the differences between what he taught and the hymn Nechatepi. But
What's his name?
which one? Baba Heru, Samaj Se Pata?
That's Jabari's teacher.
Yeah, that's his teacher. Yes. Well, he
Okay.
says he has other teachers. I don't know who they are,
I didn't
but
know Baba Heru was his teacher. Okay.
yeah, Baba Heru, uh, 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 Samaj Se Pata was the person that made him a priest. He was in that school. But I knew around Nafara, not no, but I've been around him and all those other groups, Muta Ashby. I don't know him, but I know some of his work. My work is uh, um, ASCAC, and that and but for initially was Dr. Riketti Amin. I didn't know anything about the Meta Nature or the culture until Dr. Riketti Amin taught us. And then um, what I heard was words and stuff like that, Hotep and stuff like that. But she taught us to
Okay.
source it. And then it was Dr. Jacob Carruthers and Dr.
Right.
Milana Karenga, along with Dr. Yosef Benjokanan. But he didn't teach us the language. He taught us the chronology and the history, right?
Yeah. I think Dr. Ben was on a history and chronology. If I'm not mistaken, I think Dr. Riketti Moon went to school up here by me, University of Chicago. Am I right?
Yes, she got her PhD from the Oriental Institute, as it's called, Chicago in linguistics. And she, as a young woman before her doctorate, she would teach us the Medu Neter, right? Before she was a PhD, right? When I met her, I don't know if she defended yet, but she came and she taught the community. The other school of the Medu Neter is Dr. Theophila Banga in Temple with Dr. Mario Beatty, right? Then I
Yeah.
think that
Obeng,
Ohio,
Dr. Obeng is one of my favorites.
yeah, I've got a chance to sit down at his feet and listen to him teach at his feet. Listen, and so that's one of my fond memories. So let me get to this
Okay.
debate controversy. All
All right.
right, so
Nefumud that dude. Okay. And thank brother Reggie.
uh,
Send Reggie.
uh,
Good
Hotep.
talking to you, brother. And Nuki
I'm
Hardison and
gonna put you
myself.
on the spotlight. Put you on the spot. I put you on the spotlight. This was our brother Horace that exists in the flesh, literal. Peace.
Peace.
All right, so we're gonna get to the ish. So where's this at? I just wanted to do that for the young brothers because we seem to be competitive with them, and yeah. So let me put this on. Is it popping? Okay. Are the Ntrs real, but not literal? The debate controversy. Um, there's a debate controversy right now. The debate controversy is that I am trying to hold Jabari to what he actually said, right? What he's been teaching in our community. And I need to ask you, should we hold people to what they say? Press 1. If they make claims, should we hold them to what they say? Press 1. The issue is if we, as a community, if we cannot hold people to what they say, then when it goes wrong, then we allowed it. Now we do internal criticism in our community. So Jabari is saying that the Ntrs are real, but they're not literal. And actual, and or forces, and or what do you call it? Energy. And I disagree. I agree with the part that the Ntrs are real. I disagree that they are literal. They're not literal. I disagree that they are forces and principles and energy. I think that those are things simply to describe the Ntr. I think that they're real beings according to the ancient people. I am not going to disrespect the ancient people because that's not my faith, spirituality, or religion. If I chose to study them, which I did choose to study them, I'm going to study them. And then as a man or as a woman, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to say what I'm willing to accept of their ancient practice, what parts, and what am I going to accept in my current cultural politics, right? Brother Reggie's religion, spirituality, if you want to use those words that I really don't use, is that my mother and my father are my Ntrs, right? My grandparents and great-grandparents are my Ntrs. My friends and companions are my Ntrs. My son is my Ntrs, right? And my community is my Ntrs. The things that happen to my community are my Ntrs. All of those things that exist in my life are my Ntrs, right? My Ntrs. And I think most of you is the same. I'm not adopting an ancient practice that I'm not a part of. I will adopt concepts of an ancient practice that fits in my current life. I am not going to be walking around in a costume in New York City on a train at 2:00 at night just because it makes me feel good, because it doesn't give me any superpowers on that train, on that R train, that 6 train, that 2 train, that A train, that N train, that R train. It don't give me no superpowers. It doesn't stop anybody from doing anything to me, right? And I don't need accoutrements to be who I am. But if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I got it. Now, what is this debate controversy on? So let's go. I'm going to put this on. No, so the first thing is Mr. Ozaze, he wasn't truthful. I'm not going to say he lied, but I'm not going to I'm going to say he's not truthful. So before sa.neter put up the flyer, it seemed that Mr. Osazi told the audience that we did not have an agreement. sa.neter didn't put up a date. He didn't put anywhere to sell tickets. What Brother sa.neter says is, well, I have an announcement. Brother Reggie will debate Jabari, or Jabari has consented to debate Brother Reggie. So with that, sa.neter put up the flyer. Jabari comes the other night and says, oh, there's a whole bunch of disagreement. We got to sit in the back room. We got to talk. I'm like, we could talk in public and the internet. We could let the people know. That would allow the people now to want to buy tickets. Is that fair? Press 2, is that fair? So what I'm going to share is, this is what I'm going, oh, Elder Suntan, my man, my main man. Elder Suntan, what's going on before I start?
Peace. I'm just listening till you get out. Okay. You know, keeping the room intact.
Okay, so family, so Professor Jabari Asase, knowing full well that sa.neter wants a in-person debate, right? Because he hasn't had one in a while. So sa.neter is looking for an in-person debate because that's what he loves. He loves to be in person. This online stuff, no, sa.neter wants to be in the game, right? So we had a conversation. So where's this conversation? Oh, the banner's still up. Sorry. So I want to let everybody know that Mr. Osase wasn't honest to the public, right? There you go. Okay, let me blow it up. Here, can I blow this up? I'm sorry. I'm having some difficulties blowing it up. I don't know why. But anyway, oh, let me just take myself off the screen. Okay. Okay, wonderful. So we were having a conversation online about the elements of the debate so that sa.neter can get to a flyer, right? So this is the way it went. Here it goes.
Tommy, with his mother. Of course, I will argue that the Ntrs are real. I will not argue that the Ntrs are literal. And so that is where the contest is. It's about whether the Ntrs are literal. And so that is where the debate must be.
Okay, that's what we agree on.
Topic.
Okay, good. But when you said that you would never argue if something's real, you said it out your mouth. So, and I
said I would never argue a debate topic about whether it's real. That's what I just said.
You would say it. You will say it, but you will say, but not debate it.
Is he breaking up on my end, or is that me breaking up?
No, that's probably you breaking up. We hear him good.
I'm debating what you said. Real, but not literal. Their forces and their forces.
The line is breaking up on my end. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get to a slightly better place.
And Brother Reggie, he never said they were not real.
Hassan, just relax.
No, it's even worse. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, Jabari.
No, I'm not hearing clearly. Can you call me back? Call me back.
I'll call you right back. I don't need nobody else to talk, but just Reggie and Jabari.
Yeah, I know what he said. Hey, do you think I'm hallucinated?
Peace, I'm here.
All right, you sound better?
Right now it does.
All right, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, Red.
He was breaking down something. Go ahead, Red.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
I can hear you.
All right, go ahead, Reggie.
But the fact of the matter is it was Jabari that was talking, not Reggie. I was listening.
No, in the time you were talking, I didn't hear you clearly. Maybe you didn't realize I wasn't able to hear you. I said, I'm not able to hear you.
So we have a debate topic, right? We both agree that the Ntrs are real. You believe that they are not literal and that they're forces and energies. I disagree with that. So that's a debate topic. So
okay. It sounds like we have a good debate topic, sure. Now we can play around with some of the wording, but the core of it is there, and that's really good. We have something we can work with.
Okay. So what timeline?
Okay.
2 months, y'all saying in 2 months?
Okay, so family, I'm gonna play it back again, right? I'm gonna play it back again. So debate titles are really short to the moment. So the thing that's in dispute is the Ntrs. Not that the Ntrs are real. We both agree, but he says that the Ntrs are not literal and not actual, right? And that's the way forces and energies work in the universe. So I want to let the public know that we did have a conversation in public on, because I'm not having no conversation with him over the phone. I'm having a conversation with him in public, because I'm going to explain to you what happened during the Inky debate, right? And I'm going to show you how I think that this that it was problematic. So I'm gonna play it again, right? We had a public conversation.
Their forces.
Okay, so where is it?
And Brother Reggie, he never said they were not real.
Stop, Assad, just relax.
No, it's even worse. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, Jabari.
No, I'm not hearing clearly. Can you call me back? Call me back.
I'll call you right back. Yo, I don't need nobody else to talk, but just Reggie and Jabari.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know what he said. Hey, you think I'm hallucinating? Peace, I'm here.
All right, you sound better?
Right now it does.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Red.
He was breaking down something. Go ahead, Red.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I can hear you.
All right, go ahead, Reggie.
But the fact of the matter is, it was Jabari that was talking, not Reggie. I was listening. No, in the time you were talking, I didn't hear you clearly. Maybe you didn't realize I wasn't able to hear you. I said, "Oh, I'm not able to hear you." So we have a debate topic, right? We both agree that the Ntrs are real. You believe that they are not literal and that they're forces and energies. I disagree with that. So that's a debate topic. So okay. It sounds like we have a good debate topic, sure. Now we can play around with some of the wording, but the core of it is there, and that's really good. We have something we could work with.
Okay. So what timeline? 2 months? Y'all saying in 2 months?
They don't exist. And from what you said, they are forces and energy.
And Reggie is saying they are real and they are literal.
No, I'm saying they're all. I'm saying they are real, and everything else everything else after that, I disagree. They're not principles. They're not principles. They are not energy. They do exist, and they are literal.
Oh, that's what I said.
Well, let's be clear. I've had this conversation on your platform a large number of times, sa.neter, and I will never agree to a topic that has the word real in it, because there are many things that are real that are not tangible. The example I always give is the fact that freedom is not something that you can see or taste or feel, but many people, particularly many people in our community, revolutionaries, powerful activists, have died for freedom. They're willing to die for something that is not tangible. And so saying something is real is not as clear as it may sound. Of course, I will argue that the Ntrs.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Of course, I will argue. Of course, I will argue.
Let him finish, because he ain't got that much time. He with his mother.
Of course, I will argue. Of course, I will argue that the Ntrs are real. I will not argue that the Ntrs are literal. And so that is where the contest is. It's about whether the Ntrs are literal. And so that is where the debate must be.
Okay, so it's whether the Ntrs are literal. His real and my real might be two different things, but what I would agree on is that he can express what he means by real, right? Which we don't know. He used the term freedom is real, but it's intangible. But sa.neter was not wrong about putting up a flyer that we tentatively agreed with. Now, I am not going to have a conversation with this dude on the phone I'm going to have a conversation with him in public. Do y'all think that's fair? I think that is fair, right? To have a conversation with him in public. So let me go through. Let me get a glass of water, and I'll look at the comments. But I have to get a glass of water, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to tell you what the problems is. This. All right. Now I'm going to be very literal uh, because I'm writing, and I'm going to tell you some backroom issues about what happened with Dr. Inky. And again, sa.neter's job is to do a debate for the public. It's the debater's job to articulate what they want to debate. We had a tentative agreement with some nuances, right? But the main topic is, are they literal or are they not? And everything else is nuance, right? So the nuances could be explained in the debate, but for the purposes of a flyer, I think that that's enough. All his double talk about things being real or not real, he could express that in the debate, but he did say it. So here's my conversation. Academic debate, definitional precision, and the ethics of a public disputation. A proper academic dispute does not begin by softening the language under examination. It begins by identifying the exact claim, phrase, or formulation that a speaker has voluntarily placed in the public record, and by testing that language as stated. When a public advocate later complains that a debate title or challenge is limiting because it quotes his own wording, the complaint usually reveals not unfairness in the title, but discomfort with the precision that scholarship requires. Okay. What an academic debate is. An academic debate is structured, reasoned, governed exchange in which participants defend clearly stated propositions, define their terms, answer objections, and submit their claim to scrutiny before an audience using standards of evidence, coherence, consistency. In public-facing scholarly discussions, the point is not mere verbal performance, but accountability. A disputant is expected to stand behind what has been asserted, clarify ambiguities, and either defend or revise positions when challenged. This means in an academic debate, it's not an exercise in strategic vagueness. Its purpose is to defeat the moment a participant is allowed to enjoy the rhetorical force of a provocative public statement, and then when pressed, retreat into softer, broader, or newly altered language. Precision is not hostility. Precision is the minimal condition for serious intellectual engagement. We are trying to have an academic debate based on what he says. I think it's vague. I think it's doublespeak. I don't think it's accurate, right, to ancient Tawi belief, the two lands belief, right? I don't think it's accurate. I think it's doublespeak. I think it's new age, right? I don't think it specifically deals with the ancient Africans, right? And people can have their interpretations. I'm arguing that his interpretation is incorrect. Why exact phrasing matters? First, let me look at the chat. Oh, you can show me lunch. After this, I can buy some lunch. I'll be happy to buy some lunch. So there's my Cash App. And I'm also protecting the integrity of sa.neter's platform, right? I shouldn't have to argue. I shouldn't have to do any of this stuff. You said it, defend it. What exact phrasing matters? When a person states a proposition in public, the wording used is not a decorative shell around the real ideas. It is the very form in which the idea entered public discourse. If a speaker says, for example, that a thing is real, not literal, that exact phrase becomes the proper object of analysis. Any challenge built from that formulation is academically appropriate because it tests the speaker's own conceptual architecture rather than a straw man. He said it, defend it, exactly as you said it, right? Disputing a term exactly as stated is professional for several reasons. It preserves the historical record of what actually was said. It prevents retroactive dilution of claims after criticism begins. It keeps the burden of clarification on the person who made the statement. It allows the audience to evaluate whether the speaker's wording is coherent, defensible, and consistently applied. Right? In scholarship, in scholarship, terms matter because arguments live or die on distinctions. The difference between real, literal, actual, symbolic, force, and energy is not cosmetic. Each word carries different ontological, epistemological, and rhetorical implications to permit a disputant to slide among them after the fact is to reward imprecision and to punish rigor. I am looking for rigor. You said it, defend it, don't slide. 1 second. Why changing the term softens the dispute? Once a critic frames the dispute around the exact public statement, the speaker may try to reword the issue. The term is said to be too narrow, too limiting, too simplistic, or too loaded. This maneuver usually functions as a softening device. It does not sharpen the dispute, it blurs it. Changing the term from the original statement has been made after the original statement has been made, softens the dispute for the speaker in at least 4 ways. 1, it widens interpretive escape routes. A clear phrase can be defended or refuted. A vague substitute can be endlessly reinterpreted. It reduces accountability. The audience can no longer tell whether the speaker is defending the original claim.
Yeah.
Or
what's going on?
What's your name, please?
Okay. Changing the term after the original statement has been made softens the dispute for the speaker in at least 4 ways. It widens interpretive escape routes. A clear phrase that can be defended or refuted. A vague substitute can be endlessly reinterpreted. It reduces accountability. The audience can no longer tell whether the speaker is defending the original claim or a safer replacement. It shifts the burden of proof. Instead of defending the statement made, the speaker pressures the critic to chase a moving target. It protects face at the expense of clarity. The speaker keeps the social benefits of having sounded bold while avoiding the intellectual cost of being pinned down. This is why altering the wording is not a neutral refinement when a dispute is already underway. It is often a tactical retreat disguised as sophistication. The moment a disputant insists that his own original phrase cannot fairly be used as the title or center of the debate, he is admitting 1 or 2 things. Either he spoke careless in public, and I have made a lot of mistakes speaking quick, fast, and in those times, I have to retract. I have no problem retracting, right? But if I don't retract, then it could be challenged. or he no longer wishes to bear the weight of his own words. Right? I think both those things are current. Public speech creates public obligation. A person who makes a claim to the public incurs an obligation to defend it as stated or to correct it publicly. There is no third respectable option in serious discourse. One may defend the phrase, revise the phrase, or retract the phrase. What is not respectable is to preserve the prestige of the original statement while refusing to let critics examine it in the form in which it was delivered. That is the professional rule that should govern any public intellectual, teacher, lecturer, priest, apologist, or commentator. If the wording was accurate enough to proclaim before an audience, it is accurate enough to be quoted back in a dispute. If it was not accurate enough to be scrutinized, then it was not responsible enough to be proclaimed. The ethical burden here is simple. Public language creates public accountability. Anyone who speaks careless and then objects to being held to his own phrasing is not being oppressed by unfair framing. He is being confronted by the normal consequences of public speech. Let me see what the chat has to say. Okay, they're going back and forth. Easy Bands and Immortal Dragon. Harwin entered the discourse. Is what I am saying acceptable to you? Press 1. I need to know if what I am saying is coherent. Press 1. Okay, great. Okay. Why this matters in a serious dispute. A debate title built from a disputant's own wording is not unfair, Brother Jabari. It is the fairest possible starting point because it minimizes distortion. Jabari, the person being challenged is given the opportunity to explain what the phrase means, defend why it was used, and clarify whether its terms were intended literally, analogically, philosophically, or rhetorically. By contrast, allowing the disputant to replace the phrase once criticism arrives gives an asymmetric advantage. He gets to speak boldly in public, like Jabari does, then becomes slippery in a debate. He gets to enjoy the authority of his assertion without accepting the discipline of definition. This is not academic seriousness. This is rhetorical opportunism. A sharper evaluative standard. The proper standard in an academic dispute is this: quote the claim exactly. Ask whether the terms are clear. Require the speaker to define them. Test the definitions of coherence and consistency. If the speaker changes the terms, require an explicit public revision. If Jabari does not want to dispute what he says, then it requires a public revision. You don't give Jabari special pleading because he's the Mayweather, the Ntrs, Tepe, the professor. He does not get special pleading. Anything less rewards evasiveness. Anything softer turns debate into a theater. The audience deserves better than a performance in which words are strong enough to impress, but too fragile to examine. The scathing truth. The complaint that an exact debate title is limiting is usually an admission wrapped in self-protection. It means the speaker liked the force of the original statement when he was making it to all of us, but dislikes the discipline of that same statement when someone else, Brother Reggie, is reading it back to him. He wants the applause of bold language without the burden of bold accountability. family, this is not scholarship. This is not professionalism. This is not intellectual courage. It is a familiar habit of weak disputants. They state things dramatically, enjoy the social capital, and then when challenged, announce that the very words chosen, are suddenly inadequate to express what was meant. But words are not prison bars when they are self-chosen. They become constraints only when the speaker realizes that precision exposes weakness, ambiguity, or instability of the claim. A serious thinker either defends his statement as stated or publicly corrects it. I've asked him to correct the Tamu, right? He enjoys saying that the Tamu is the white man. He enjoys actually trying to be an expert on pre-dynastic Egypt. He enjoys that. But when he says the Tamu is the white man, right? He doesn't want to correct it when pushed to correct the definition of the term, the period usage of the term, what the ancient people of Egypt said about the term, and we find out that the Tamu is not the white man. Actually, the Tamu or the people of the not the Playa. But he enjoys saying it over and over and over, and just recently, like a week ago, right? So a person who does, a serious thinker either defends a statement as stated publicly, or he corrects it. A person who does neither has forfeited the right to complain about being misunderstood, because he is the one sabotaging the conditions of understanding. If he dislikes the dispute frame in his own words, then he should stop saying those words in public, or be prepared to wear them under the light of examination. Now, let me tell you something about Uncle Keck. Uncle Keck has never backed down from his usage of science, right? And others who are disputing it has never backed down. Uncle Keck has never changed his wordings. The disputants have never changed their wordings, right? That is a proper academic way to go about it until there is a discussion in public. 1 second. Please thumb up the video. Hebrews, this helps you. Christians, what I'm saying helps you in your future debates, because you're losing a lot of debates, some of the debates that you might be able to win, because there are a lot of reasons, but in some cases, the fact of the matter is you allow your opponent to muddy the water. So if I make a mistake on a period, chronology, a particular time frame, then I have to retract it. Or if I don't, then you could debate me on it. You allow people to muddy the waters. There are cases where you could win, right? But you let it go, or it becomes like a Jabari Vince Vantu, Dr. Vince Vantu debate, a Kumbaya debate, where everything is all muddied and it's just an event and nobody really wins. Why? Because it got muddied, or the speakers themselves muddied the waters because they were not clear. The Jabari and Richard Carrier debate. Richard Carrier was precise, but he lost the debate because he didn't tie in, and he's a professor, PhD, he didn't tie his evidence that is in line with what he was saying. That allowed Jabari to win the debate because we have to show sources. Dr. Richard Carrier wrote on the fact that he is a professor, he's written many books, he's respected, and he didn't feel that he had to show his sources. Jabari won on technicality, right? The opponent owned wording and why it tightens the dispute. The opponent owns formulation as stated verbatim. Is the neteru or real? That's what I am saying. They are not literal and actual. And when I hear people say the neteru are not real, I say the neteru are real. I do not believe they are actual and literal. We are talking about how energy in the universe, right? And we have a name for it. That's a statement. This wording does not loosen the dispute. It tightens it because it contains the exact conceptual tension that a serious debate should expose. The speaker wants the force of the word real while denying the force of the words actual and literal. This is precisely why the wording must be disputed as stated. Let me look at the chat. This is precisely why the wording must be disputed as stated. The formulation is not simple, and that is the point. It appears to claim all at once that the neteru are real, that they are not actual, that they're not literal, and that they are names given to energy as it operates in the universe. Those are not interchangeable categories. To say something is real but not actual is already philosophical, in my opinion, unstable, unless the speaker supplies a rigorous account of what kind of reality is being claimed. We don't know. We don't know what type of reality is being claimed in his conversation. So he's not doing it publicly, so I have to push it to a debate. And there are names given to energy as it operates in the universe. Those are not interchangeable categories. To say something is real but not actual is already philosophical, unstable, unless the speaker supplies a rigorous account of what kind of reality is being claimed. To add that the matter concerns how energy works in the universe suggests a further shift from personal or divine ontology to explanatory metaphor. The debate, therefore, has every right to seize the statement in its exact form and demand clarity. I'm like, what's he doing? That's something that came up in your head? Okay, that's fine. Let's test it. In fact, this is the strongest argument for refusing softened substitutes. If a critic replaces the speaker's original language with a milder or more polished terminology, the critic may accidentally rescue the speaker from the consequences of his own ambiguity. The harsher exactness of the original phrase is intellectually useful because it reveals the strain inside the claim. It shows that the speaker is trying to preserve affirmations and denial in the same breath. Real but not actual, real but not literal, named but perhaps not personal, affirmed but insulated from ordinary tests of existence. See, while I take a breath, let me just do this. I'm trying to set up to help us all about how we should debate, preparing for professional debates outside of our community. Oh, sa.neter is here. Hey, brother Sa, my time is up.
No, you good. I'm just here to give you a warning, man.
Yes.
If I was you,
yes.
If I was you, brother,
yes,
I would leave this topic alone until we get in the ring. If I was you, because you're doing all of this, and what if you get up in the ring and Jabari spank your booty. You're gonna look crazy. So I would leave this alone until we get in the ring, because what you're doing is really giving Jabari ammunition. He see where you're going, he see what your aim is, and that's what you're doing, brother. You seeing how he demolished Easy Bands and Castard last night? You see how he just like whipped through them boys like they was just coming out of the womb. He beat the hell out of them.
Well, you're gonna tell him that his witness protection gate is open and he can go out into the wild. The difference is that what I'm not trying to do is I'm not trying to have a surprise debate. So my issues in dispute are really direct. I'm going to get in this presentation to the Inky part, which had nothing to do with you, Sa. You're not going to help Inky. You're not going to help Jabari. You're not going to help anybody. If they want their lunch money taken, your job is not to help them. Your job is to put on a professional debate. But if they agree to a title, which was not necessarily a words, but there was open end about Christ, and if Inky doesn't clarify it, right, that's on Inky. I knew what Inky was doing, but he should have been a little bit forthcoming with it. Now, Jabari, go watch the presentation, everybody. I don't know if sa.neter put it back up. So,
which one? Yeah, it's up.
Jabari had nothing to do with, he had nothing to say about Inky's points. All he did was complain and cry that it was supposed to be about Jesus. Inky, if Inky wanted to put Jesus in the debate, he would have. But because he didn't let the people know, I am not going to be talking about Jesus. And then the Ntrs, he said that he taped a private conversation between all of you on the phone. And he said that Inky agreed. And we asked the Ntrs wiretapper for the recording. All of a sudden, he uses the recording, but the Ntrs wiretapper didn't show the public the truth. Now, I'm not saying you was there. I'm not saying that they didn't have a conversation, but we're not clear about what we just asked for evidence. But since the Ntrs wiretapper taped the conversation and admitted it without you knowing sa.neter, right? Without Inky knowing it, that's not fair, bro.
Listen, my brother. I know. Peace. What's going on? What's going on, Suntan? I know, Reggie, that you would like.
Oh, you looking slick, Sa. Look at that.
Yeah, what's up with the outfit, man?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just getting in the house. I'm just getting back in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was hanging out.
I'm out to fly to New York. I'm out to fly to New York and confiscate the hat.
Oh yeah, I was hanging out earlier, so I just got back in.
Man,
looking like an OG.
Yeah, you looking a little cool there.
What color shoes you wore?
Red.
Let me see. What color shoes I whipped that on.
I told it. I called it out. Did you see me call it out?
I got on some white slacks, pants.
I called you out, bro. When you gonna send my hat, man?
Hey, but let me say this though.
I'm listening. I'll be right back. I'll give you some more water. Go ahead. I can hear everything you say.
Owen, you need to slow down and be careful.
Smoke, man.
Be careful what you ask for, because everybody talk that talk until they get in the ring. I've been doing this for years, and we heard everybody talk that smack about what they're gonna do to Jabari. The people hear it. The people know. They've been hearing the same old talk. What you gonna do? How you gonna do it? Tracing down Jabari, and then next thing you know, you look like you sick. After you get smacked up, you know damn well you ain't ready for Jabari. But if you want that smoke, I'm gonna give it to you. So be careful what you ask for, brother.
Okay, have I debated the Ntrs?
Sorry, you get up here and shout out to you. Thank you for letting me on again. But you get on here talking about what Jabari just did to some Hebrews and a Christian yesterday about ancient Egyptian texts, and none of them can read the ancient Egyptian text.
Exactly.
What are we doing? Put him in a ring with somebody that reads the ancient Egyptian text and studies Africa.
Brother, they the one that wanted to smoke. Jabari don't run from nobody. He don't run.
But don't use them as the example.
You getting a
as to how Reggie, you saw what he did to them. It don't matter what he did to them.
Hey, Harwin, how about what he did to Richard Carrier?
Yeah.
I would have argued that same thing to Richard Carrier. That's an easy debate. Richard Carrier didn't even read the text either.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So that's proving my point.
But Richard Carrier, a scholar.
Richard Carrier said that where's in the text where Horus is when ISIS is fleeing from persecution. That's a stupid question. Anybody that read the text know that's in the text.
What I'm saying is, I'm talking about his method. Now, he's a scholar, so you can't argue nobody's method. They go at it the way they want to, Harwin, right?
Yeah, but he can't read the text.
Who can't? Richard Carrier?
Yeah, Richard Carrier didn't even know that there's text of ISIS fleeing from persecution so she can save Heru when he was being born.
Yeah, that's
and wait a minute.
Lane. That's not his lane.
Exactly. So why would you bring that up as an example as if that's a gotcha moment? That don't prove nothing. You proving my point, Elder Suntan. He's in a ring with people that don't know the actual topic we're talking about.
Well, he about to get in there with you, so I want to learn. So let's go, because I'm not here to argue with you or Reggie. I ain't y'all adversaries. I just want to get the information.
No, I'm talking aside, Elder Suntan.
Oh, okay. I think he disappeared. He might want to get out that outfit, but I want to see you get. Oh, there you go.
Like Reggie reads the text. Reggie just posted up something on the screen that's in the text that has no transliterations, no translations, and I read it to him. Didn't I, Reggie?
Absolutely.
So what are we talking about? Who get in the ring with him? And he said that it's a European concept to say physical beings came down here and talked to people. And Sa, I got you on video asking you about this before months ago.
Let me ask you a question, Harwin. What is that stuff y'all be wearing? Right? With the Ankh, and then it got like a man inside, like a dead man inside the Ankh. What is that all about?
That is a representation of the resurrection in the afterlife. What we call it is an Ankh tweet. Ankh tweet means
you ain't gonna find that in the Metal Netter. You're not gonna find that on the wall.
The Ankh tweet not in the Metal Netter?
That's something that Dr. York put in there.
I mean, we got the right to add whatever we want to add to something. You don't have no problem with Jabari adding stuff.
No, you don't.
Jabari be adding stuff that's not in Egypt.
You don't have a right to add to the Medu Netter. You don't.
That's not Medu Netter though. What are you talking about?
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. It's just a symbol. Jabari adds stuff all the time and you don't say nothing. Jabari you get up here and question the Hebrew, rightfully so. You question the Hebrew Israelites.
You going to what is that foolishness? Because
you go into the text.
Let me tell you. You know what the Ankh is. Of course you know what it is. But then
have you ever read the papyrus of Anisa?
Brother, hold on. Then when you go and make the Ankh and then you put a dead man in there, now you're trying to make it look like a cross because the cross represents death. That's why you got Jesus on the damn cross dead. But the Ankh represents life. So when Dr. York goes along and say, you know what? Let me put a dead man inside of the goddamn Ankh so we can try to compete with the Christian. No, my brother. They compete with Kevin.
Sir, it's called syncretism, Elder Sa.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you ever heard of Sa? Have you ever heard of Donna? Sa, have you ever heard of Donna Kempavita? Yes or no?
You're gonna get beat up. That's what I heard of.
That's your opinion, and you good. You got the right to your opinion. Have you ever heard of Donna Kempavita? Yes or no?
I heard of Hallwin getting beat up. That's what I heard.
You ain't never seen that in your life. Now you made that up.
I'm going to witness it.
You just made that up. Sa, have you heard of Donna Kempavita? Yes or no?
I heard of Hallwin getting ready to get beat up.
You see how he dunking Elder Suntan?
Man, this is hilarious.
So let me go ahead and tell you.
You know damn well.
Donna Kempavita was a native of the Bakongo. And she, through syncretism, she merged aspects of Catholicism with the actual indigenous Congo beliefs. So her people could be cool with it because of the Portuguese. It's called syncretism, Saad. That has happened in Africa before. You want me to show you again?
No, watch this. Reggie, do you agree with Dr. York putting a dead man inside of the Ankh symbol?
That doesn't mean that.
Well, I need to see it because I'm getting ready to show something.
They wear, come on.
That's not even our main symbol. That's something from a Christian school. Listen, listen. I can't even hear you, Reggie.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear Reggie.
I can hear everybody.
Yeah,
Sorry, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear everybody.
I can hear you in Suntan, but I can't hear Reggie.
Harwin, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, he can't. He got to go out and come in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Yeah, I need sa.neter. Do you have a picture of what they wear? What does it look like?
It's an Ankh. And then they got a dead man on the Ankh. How you ain't never see that, Reggie?
How's he dead?
Man, he's just like Jesus Christ on the cross.
Uh-huh.
And they made that. I don't know how you never saw that.
No, I never saw it, but I like.
I used to get at them all the time for that in Harlem.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look it up. It's called. You know what symbol is called?
Wait till Harwin get back. He'll tell you.
Okay,
just put just type in with man on the with dead man or something like that from Dr. York crew. Something, and it might pop up.
Symbol. Dead man. Is the dead man standing?
He's on the Ankh, brother, just like Christ is on the cross.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let me look at this. Wow.
Yo, you gotta stop this punk stuff, man. You're a Muslim. You always telling Reggie, be careful, brother. Reggie already scared to death. And now you scaring him even more. Oh, brother Locke, be careful. Be careful what you say. Look at this talk.
Let me see what he's saying.
Reggie Mabry, be careful, brother. Be very careful what you say in the conversation moving forward, brother. What the? Now you scared of Dr. York in the mix? What the fuck is going on with Locke?
Yeah, no.
You got to stop this, brother. You really do got to stop this, man.
You know what? I don't understand. Well, what the part that I don't understand is that
I'm scared to teach the truth.
what it is when I'm impeaching why the debate, why you were correct by saying that the Ntrs are real, but they're not literal because it came out of his mouth, and why is he complaining about? He wants to add something new?
No. See, you ain't getting what he's saying. All you got to do, sit with him and talk.
No, I'm not doing anything with him that's not public. So if he wants to have a conversation,
Reggie,
I'm not doing it.
Listen.
Not doing no, because Richard Tepe,
something can't be public, man.
No, because it's just a statement about what the debate is.
If you disagree with it, you disagree with it. But you don't need to negotiate the title in public. He's still saying he agreed with it.
Poll of the day.
He's still saying.
I want to publish it first.
He's just talking about the wording, Reggie. He's talking about the way it's worded.
He's still saying he agreed with it. Reggie, get on the phone with us and let's talk. And then
y'all got on the phone with Inky, and because of that, Inky lost the debate. I'm not getting on the phone with no wiretapping, him tapping.
Who is putting this nonsense in your head, brother Locke? Come on, bro.
No,
you gotta stop this, man. Even you know what people already said. I bet you Reggie gonna be the one to run from the debate. So come on, brother.
No, when I get the money in my hand, brother Reggie is not running from no debate. So when has I ever run? So sa.neter's just saying that to the public. I think sa.neter knows me. I stood up to the Moors. I didn't flinch. I did 3 months of promotion for that debate, right? and something happened, and I really didn't complain too much to my brother sa.neter. But so because of that happened and some other things, I'm not playing.
All of you instigators in the chat trying to convince Reggie to do something, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not blocking you, but I'll see you tomorrow. You're on a 24-hour fucking dismissal. And that goes to his first. His first.
Yeah.
Because he's in there talking about, that's right, Reggie. Don't let nobody make you do. Man, shut your ass up. I'm trying to get the goddamn debate going. And you know, all you agitators don't know what the hell you be talking about.
There's nothing that I'm doing wrong. He made the statement. He's accountable to the public for the statement.
You know what you owe him? What you owe him is just a listener. See what he gonna say. You don't even know what he gonna say yet.
Propose it to me and send it to me in a goddamn email.
No.
I don't want to talk to him.
See, Reggie, listen.
You understand? I don't want to talk to him outside of the debate. He's not my friend, right? He is not truthful, right? Like, he went on and he attacked my credentials with a computer, like I got a computer science degree and I helped teach his professor. But then when I say something about his teachers, he goes, oh, I'm doing something wrong. I want to know what his teachers said, what taught him. Now, you have a right to promote the debate, and I am not going to interfere with you promoting the debate. But I am not going to let you reduce my credibility.
That's what nobody is doing that, bro.
So you're
saying that he don't have a right for y'all two to talk about the goddamn. And guess what? Guess what I'll do for it, Reggie? I will record it. I will record it where we all know we're being recorded. Now, in the back chat. That way it'll be on file. It'll be on record. What y'all agreed to and everything.
Send me, I don't want to talk to him. Send me his proposal. All you did was, and I'm trying to protect you, but you don't want to be protected. He said that we didn't agree, that we did not agree on the debate. You want me to play it for you? I'll play it for you.
Play it for me. Play it for me.
I'll play it for you. This is what caused you to do the debate title. Where is it? Jabari lied.
He got it bookmarked.
Jabari lied.
That's right. That's how you keep up with stuff. You got to bookmark it.
Okay, so I'm a book. Here it goes. Because you where is it at? Share screen. Here it goes. Add this to stage, and play it. Here you go, sir. Why isn't it playing? Oh, here you go.
Is not as clear as it may sound.
Wait, can you hear that? Can everybody hear?
Yeah.
Yep, I can hear.
Okay.
I will argue that the Ntrs.
Let him finish.
Of course, I will argue. Of course, I will argue.
Let him finish.
Of course,
he ain't got that much time. He with his mother.
Of course, I will argue. Of course, I will argue that the Ntrs are real. I will not argue that the Ntrs are literal. And so that is where the contest is. It's about whether the Ntrs are literal. And so that is where the debate must be.
Okay, that's what we agree on.
Topic.
Okay, good. But when you said that you would never argue when something's real, you said it out your mouth. So, and I
said I would never argue a debate topic about whether it's real. That's what I just said.
You would say it. You will say it, but not debate it.
Is he breaking up on my end, or is that me breaking up?
No, that's probably you breaking up. We hear him good.
I'm debating what you said. They're real, but they're not literal. They're forces and their forces.
The line is breaking up on my end. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get to a slightly better place.
And Brother Reggie, he never said they were not real.
Stop, Hassan, just relax.
No, it's even worse. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, Jabari.
No, I'm not hearing clearly. Can you call me back? Call me back.
I'll call you right back. Yo, I don't need nobody else to talk, but just Reggie and Jabari.
Yeah,
You don't need
I'm like,
nobody else.
I know what he said. Do you think I'm hallucinated?
Peace, I'm here.
All right, you sound better?
Right now it does.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Reggie
Reggie.
was breaking down something. Go ahead, Red.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
I can hear you.
All right, go ahead, Reggie.
But the fact of the matter is, it was Jabari that was talking, not Reggie. I was listening.
No, in the time you were talking, I didn't hear you clearly. Maybe you didn't realize I wasn't able to hear you. I said, I'm not able to hear you.
So we have a debate topic, right? We both agree that the Ntrs are real. You believe that they are not literal and that they're forces and energies. I disagree with that. So that's a debate topic. So
Okay.
cool.
It sounds like we have a good debate topic, sure. Now, we can play around with some of the wording, but the core of it is there, and that's really good. We have something we can work with.
Okay, so for a flyer, sa.neter, we had something to work with. So you were not wrong.
So that's what he's telling you now. We have something to work with. I agree with the title, but we have something to work with. That's all he was saying yesterday. He
So
said,
that means, so why did you make the flyer? So why did you make the flyer?
Just to get it out there to start the
Okay, fine.
What?
So
But
I'm asking,
listen,
I don't
you
want to
heard
talk.
what he said? Reggie, hold on. He
Put it
said,
on.
but we could work with the title. We could work around it. He said that. And that's all he's been saying all day yesterday.
Send me an email what his proposal is. I don't want to talk to him.
So you think I'm going to be sending you a message and then you send me back something to give him, and then brother, stop it. We men. We talk. We not no fucking pussies up here, bro. We men. We talk like men, brother. Get your ass on the phone, Reggie, and talk like a damn man. And Jabari do the same goddamn thing.
I just talked to him. Now I don't want to talk to his double speaking wording. I refuse to.
You don't even know what he's going to say.
Do you want the debate?
Ask the people if they want it.
No. Do you want the debate?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So you're booking me, right?
Yes, but I'm not going to be the middleman between y'all two.
No.
Y'all got to both work the debate out. Like it's always been. Like it's always been. It's always been agreed on both sides, brother.
Okay, then get him. You tell me when you get him on YouTube, and we will just talk about changing. But on a flyer, it's really simple. He said it, the Ntrs. He said what he had to say. I'm challenging on what he says. Now, if he wants to retract what he says, then he should goddamn retract it.
So
I'm debating
what he said.
No. I've listened to what he said. I transcribed what he said. So if the Ntrs, if he wants to retract what he gave to the public, right, then he can retract it. And then when he retracts it, I'll decide if I want to debate him based on his retraction.
Your brother Lau wants something to say, man. What's up, Lau? What's happening?
You're not in the middle, sa.neter. You're actually on Jabari's side, and that's why I didn't do the debate the last time.
I'm not on Jabari's side. I know it looks like that. I'm on the right side, and the right side is both of you have to agree to the debate. And I said that it will be recorded for the record. I will even send you a copy of the goddamn recording, or you can get the recording because it's going to be in the back chat. So you will be able to get it when you see it all the time. You got the keys to the back chat.
You've done a bunch of shows on what somebody has said about you, right? From their mouth. You didn't let them change it unless they apologize. Now, as a man, you want me to soften?
They never asked me to change it. And if they did, I would have changed it just so we can get it in.
Look at sa.neter. Yo, look at sa.neter face, boy. Look at sa.neter. sa.neter, look, you just tell me when, put it on YouTube, if he wants to run, change, soften, right? Make himself
He don't
look
want to
good.
change. He don't want to change. He just want
Okay,
to.
then wait. So
tweak-
did he say
tweak it
the
a little
Netters?
bit.
Did he say the Netters are real but not literal?
And he said he still stands on it. Why are
Okay,
you
fine.
afraid, Reggie?
That's the debate. Look, Muffin is saying, why am I stressing you out? No, I'm not going to let him do what he did to Inky. Have some private
He
conversation.
ain't
with
do
you.
nothing to Inky, bro. He ain't do a damn thing to Inky, brother. Inky flim-flammed everybody. He played everybody. And I'm quite sure, I thought we played the video where you seen it.
No, we
When
didn't
I
play the
asked-
recording.
Hold up. I asked Inky specifically, and we played it. I said, Inky, are you talking about the Jesus of the Bible? And what he said, yes. He said yes.
He said,
So why y'all
yes.
keep missing that? Why y'all keep missing
Because
that?
he's saying that Osiris is where they got the Jesus of the Bible from. You keep missing that.
He ain't say none of that shit. I'm talking
He
about.
said it in a debate.
Yeah, that's in the debate. I'm talking about the topic. When we was talking about getting the title ready, he said, I am talking about the Jesus of the Bible. That's what he said when I asked him. I said,
I don't want to.
are you
I'm
talking
just
about
saying,
are you talking about the Jesus of the Bible? And he said, yes. So come on, man.
okay, well, I'm not doing. Look. You may not know or respect Sirius B, but he's saying, to be honest, the debate topic on the flyer is pretty good. You can work with that, Reggie. I can work with that. Jabari can't work with that. You made the flyer based on what you heard, right? And that's what you did. Now, what does he want to add and subtract? Okay, he can. We had a conversation. He agreed tentatively. So I need his proposal. If he doesn't change anything that he says or muddy the waters, right? Fine. It don't have to be long. Just send me an email with his proposals. That's
Brother,
all.
I'm not sending you nothing, man. I'm not sending nothing. You're going to get on the phone like a man and you're going to talk to the brother. And y'all going to work out the title. That's all Jabari wants. And he still
I
said.
don't care what the dude wants.
Hold up, look. He still
Why it
said.
got to be about him, bro? Why can't you
Because
choose common
it is
sense?
about him. It is about him right now. He said that I ain't got no problem with the title. Let's just tweak it a little bit. That's all he said. And you don't even want to hear.
Lied on the
You don't even want to
He
hear.
got up here and lied on the Meta-Netter, lied on Kemet, right? He lied. Now he wants to fix it. He
What
wants
he
to say
lied
that
about?
the Netters are energy and
He lied. He lied when he was saying about the text yesterday,
He
son.
lied.
He ain't
He
lying.
lied on the Meta-Netter.
Son, you never read the text. How would you know if he lying or not?
How would you know?
Because I read it. I just read it for. Listen, Reggie just put me on the spot and asked me to read something. It had no transliterations or no translations. Reggie, am I telling the truth?
Absolutely.
So what we talking about, sir?
I put it up for the audience. Nobody said that Harwin was wrong. And
Yo.
it had something to do directly with the debate.
Y'all really?
But anyway, Side, come on,
Here
man.
it
It's
is.
Friday, man.
Here it is, Harwin. Now y'all bringing it out now. You bringing it out now, Harwin.
I been brought it out. I never half step.
There you go. Harwin, you read the Meta-Netter?
What are we doing?
Do you read the Meta-Netter?
What are we doing, sir? Reggie,
You don't
did I not
read the
just read the Meta? Was you not witness to me just reading it, Reggie? And
No, you
multiple
wasn't.
times? Yes
You
or
was
no?
just reciting what you seen.
No, I didn't. I didn't have no knowledge of what he was going to post. I didn't know that he was even on the show. It was random.
Yes,
right,
it was
watch this.
random. He read it on the fly.
Watch this. Watch this. Be quiet for a minute. Watch this. Harwin, your great grandmother is talking to her best friend or her sister, and they coming up with a plan. They talking about what this mean and what that mean. They are no longer here thousands of years later. Who the hell is going to come along and tell you what the hell they meant to say? Who can do that? Who going to tell you what that really means?
If it's written,
well, according to what
you think you reading the mental.
Well, I do my best. I do my best. I'm a student like everybody else. Just like you never asked Jabari to do that though, but it's cool. I'll take that. I'm behind enemy lines, but guess what? I like that, son. That's cool with me. But how to do that is to go to the Africans and see what the Africans say about it, sir. What are we doing? You go to the African languages. Dr. Inky told you, I'm going to the source of the sources. Well, guess what? I'm going to go to the source of the source of the sources to see what my great-great-great-grandmama said about what the Egyptians were talking about. Simple. Y'all get up here talking about the pygmies that this.
You know why it's not simple? Because the goddamn so-called Africans don't even know what it is. What the hell are you talking about? They don't even know what it is.
Is still Philip Binga African, yes or no?
They don't know. He's going by what they tell him.
Is Dr. Theo Philip? No, he's not. He's going by his own research and research he learned from them, and he's using Bantu dialects to prove these words are in Africa. Right. So who he get that from?
He going by what they told him, right?
No, he speaks it. He's a Congolese.
I'm resurrecting Professor Walter Williams. I'm down with the elder. Rest in peace, Professor Walter Williams. Don't nobody know what the real Meta was talking about.
So why you didn't say that to Jabari yesterday when he said what he was saying yesterday?
Jabari can hear me now. He hear it.
Oh,
I don't care.
But you didn't say that yesterday, sir. Reggie just said Jabari was lying yesterday, and you said no, he didn't.
I'm saying it today.
Oh,
now you in the corner. See, this is when it get real sticky.
Yeah,
this is gonna get real sticky. Look inside. Look at him. He got a rub his face. Good God. Look at God. Sir, if you gonna get up here and question the Hebrew Israelite brothers about their Bible, and you be banging on them, you go into their text, you go and show contradictions, you do etc. You be going in. So why don't you do that with Jabari when it comes to the Egyptian text? Let's go. Let's hear it.
Because Jabari's the champ. He's the Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, so the last time I decided not to do the debate, you're starting to do the same thing.
If you ran last time. You ran last time. The people already accused you of being the first one getting ready to run again.
He didn't run, sa.neter. Let's not do that, sa.neter.
I'm not going to walk into a loaded fight.
Why? Because you don't want to talk to Jabari.
No, so, I want him to send me an email. Send me an email with his proposal.
Why you can't send him an email?
You give me his email, I'll send him an email.
Jabari Osaze at hotmail.com.
Brother Reggie, Jabari Osaze don't answer no emails. I emailed him over probably about a week ago. I still ain't got a reply.
But that's you, brother. That's you.
Oh, so I'm a nobody. I got you. So we gonna put Jabari versus the nobody. He gonna get bodied by nobody. Fine with me.
I won't let Howard take the debate. Let Howard step in if Reggie don't want to do it.
Okay, so at 7 Asar, I'm gonna put something.
Jabari Osaze at hotmail.com.
Okay, 7 Asar. Check this out. Now you call me a runner. You said several things in the chat, right? So now I don't have any respect for you.
Come on, Reggie, man. Don't do that, man.
No, because I'm not talking about him. So I don't have no respect for you. Please do not try to communicate with me.
Come on,
right? Reggie. That's the way I'm giving it up. Like you're a chatty patty.
This is the toughest environment, Reggie. Come on.
It is. And I'm being real tough. I don't have nothing to do with the dude. So 7 Asar, forget me. Don't bring me up. But I guarantee you, right? No, I don't need to say no more to you. Done.
Come on.
Just let me know when I can speak.
Go ahead and speak, brother Lon.
First and foremost, as always, peace and blessings to everybody on the channel, as well as your families, as well as in the chat. I just had this conversation a day ago, maybe 2 days ago, and I informed Reggie, and I'm going to just let it be known for what it is. When I explained on the show, when I said that I was going to be neutral, and it was for a reason. Reggie, did I or did I not say the reason is going to be what just happened just now?
I don't know why you said that. You said that in a different conversation. You being neutral, that's your point of view. I respect that, right? So then the issue is if you're going to be neutral, just be neutral. And you my brother.
But in the point of me saying that I was...
They listen. This is. I don't. I stepped out before because I felt it was rigged. If the dude, the Ntrs Tepi of metaphors, if he made a statement to the public, he should defend it. That's how I'm giving it up. Defend it like you said it.
Reggie, what I'm saying is this, and I want to be clear when I say this. I don't want to be used as a pawn the same way I was somewhat trying to be used as a pawn for sa.neter in the last debate that was happening.
Wait, La, I'm not going to let you do that.
Jabari.
Stay neutral. This is not really about you. You decide to stay neutral. So stay neutral. It's not about nobody using you as a pawn. You said that you're going to be neutral. Stay neutral.
No problem. Stand on your 10 toes, man. Squabble. Get it what it is. Eat. Get in and eat. Stand on 10 toes and eat.
Bad advice from Brother La. Bad advice from a Muslim. Bad advice.
Well, sir, I'll text you for his email. I'll ask him for his proposal, and I'll decide if he changes anything that he said, right? Because he said it to the public, then I'll just respond. Okay? Me and you, we cool, right? Me and you, we cool. But I am trying to, how can I say, protect the respectability of your platform, right? I really am. I really am, right? If it's going to be an academic debate, if the dude said it, then he should stand up and say it. That's all. But it ain't nothing to do with me and you, right? It's a nice. We cool. We cool. But I'm not gonna. My whole thing is just real simple. I think everybody.
You know, Reggie.
What's up?
You're really making the Christians and the Hebrews proud. You know that?
Why?
You are. Trust me. Look at the comments. All you gotta do is read the comments. Since when Easy Bears talk good about you? Since when?
Only because he going against Jabari, but let's not focus on that. You deflecting, Sar, but you deflecting though. Cause I asked you a legit question. I say, Sar, you get on here and you do it eloquently, like no one of the other elders in the community do. Get up here and talk to the Christians and Hebrews. You go back and forth with them, head to head, toe to toe, and you be having them in a corner with their own Bible. But it's ironic that you don't do that with the same thing with Jabari with the Egyptian text. And then you would say that he didn't lie. He didn't say nothing wrong. And then today you would say, don't nobody know nothing in the Egyptian text. So if don't nobody know nothing, that means everything Jabari's saying is hogwash. What we doing?
I reject your deposit, brother. I reject your deposit, brother. That's all I'm going to say. You know, sound like y'all doing a lot of crying up in here, man. Y'all doing a lot of goddamn boo-hooing. Jabari kicking ass. Simple as that. He kicking ass, and y'all just crying.
Hey, Brother La, do you see this, Brother La?
Yeah, man. Y'all doing a lot of crying.
Do I read the middle nets?
Okay.
And I just read.
I gotta ask you a question. Harwin, what does the symbol look like that the Nuwabians wear?
Yeah, with the unk and the man inside. What's the name of that?
That's not the main symbol we wear. The symbol we wear.
What's the name of it though? That's all we asking.
I want to see it.
I don't. Hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I used to tear the Nuwabians' ass up about that.
Well, you got me bent if you think I'm them.
And they ran just like the Hebrews. I remember we was in Brooklyn at the festival, and I seen the Nuwabians, real talk. I seen the Nuwabians all on the side. And I went over to Dolo with my camera, and they all started saying, move, don't talk to them. I said, oh, shit. I couldn't believe that shit, man. I'm like, God damn. And then I said, yo, what's up, man? Y'all don't, come on, I can't get no interview. He said, nah, man, you be talking about Dr. York. You be talking about our teacher. I said, oh man, y'all niggas weak. Y'all weak ass niggas, man. But the only one that had courage and heart was the son of Dr. York. I got to give it to him.
What about who he caught? Who he caught? He had a lot of courage. He was the first one to come up to us.
Who he caught? Oh yeah. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to who he caught.
Was our friend.
Yeah, I was looking at him the other day. I was watching this video the other day. I took him down there to get initiated, and he went at the Hebrews hard body. He ain't go at Tazariak and them. You know who he went at, Reggie?
Who?
He went at Hashar, General Hashar and them, when they was in the middle of the block. I took him over there. And he was going at the Hebrews, bro.
Man,
that video.
Hashanam said that I was in their spot, and they came over. His crew came over, and they came over. I said, I'm gonna give up the spot. Yo, they used their pit bulls, yo. They used their pit bulls on me, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, they were like, yo, you giving up this spot, man. They had their pit bulls pointing at me, man.
Hell no.
I had to move. Yo, I want to thank Brenda Sims, and I want to thank Cam. I definitely want to thank Amin Ra McCarthy, right, for supporting me. So,
hey, yo, Seven Asar is home team, Reggie. Yeah, I don't have to agree. Just like you ain't got to agree with him.
Who? Who you talking about?
Seven Asar. He's HOK. He home
Who's
team.
Who's that?
The one you said you ain't talking to no more.
I don't know him.
Seven Asar, man. You know him. You playing.
No, I don't know him. I don't know him no more.
Come on, man.
I don't know him no more.
Reggie done wrote him off.
Yeah, I don't know. But I know you. You my dude, even though I'm disagreeing with you.
Reggie, you know how many times that Seven Asar banged on me when he went against me? It's all good. Oh, I got my man Jabari in the chat. Hey, Jabari, just put in the chat, do you want to have a 10-minute phone call later on the day, me, you, and Brother Reggie? Yes or no, Jabari? Me, you, and Brother Reggie, can we have a phone call tonight?
Why not have it on? Why not have him on the panel? Just jump on and ask the question on the panel. That way.
No, yesterday he said he don't want to deal with it publicly. You forgot?
Yeah, they don't want to do it.
Don't want to deal with it publicly. He want to do all this behind the scenes. Right. And I agree with him. I agree.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, he was on there yesterday and they were saying all that, man.
All right. I'm just waiting for Harwin's picture.
Oh, I had put it up there. Y'all was talking. Hold on.
I guess nobody's supporting Brother Reggie for his okay, let me see.
You got so where's the dead man? Something.
Where's the dead man?
sa.neter,
where's the dead man?
My bad, I was on mute. Sa talking about something from a Christian school, man. That's not a thing.
No, I didn't see the dead man. Where's the dead man?
I don't. That's not our main symbol. He tripping, but he can have that. He needs something to argue with. That's all. But tell him to go get his mans to come up here.
Where's the dead man?
No, our symbol is called.
I just asked him. When I just asked him that, and that's not going to happen.
What?
Jabari's not.
Oh, Jabari, I see Jabari in the back. There you go.
He's not.
Oh, it's on and popping now. There go my brother.
I really am surprised by our brother Reggie's behavior. I'm surprised.
Oh!
I've done a lot of debates on sa.neter's channel, and every single time the two combatants get together and they discuss the title of the debate. It's
correct.
Not a controversial thing.
Right.
It's not an adversarial thing. It is simply the administrative stuff that has to happen before a good debate occurs. When sa.neter called me and asked me whether I would have a debate, and we talked a little bit about it when he called me and I was at my mother's home, I said, I really do think we have the idea of this debate down pat. Let's just work on the title. And that request should not be considered an unusual request. I can't even count the number of debates I've done on sa.neter's channel. It's normal. It's normal. But what actually happened is Reggie spoke to sa.neter, devised a title, made a flyer, and came into a discussion that had nothing to do with that debate.
Is that a lie?
And so
is that a lie? Did I just sit with you and devise a title?
I'm really confused why that happened. And it doesn't have to be difficult, or
but you're a liar.
We don't have to be angry about it. Let's
we don't, but you're a liar.
A conversation. And the reality is I'm a man of a certain age, like most of the men that are on this panel are a man of a certain age. When I grew up, if someone called you a liar, it was time to shoot the fifth. I'm not that person anymore, right? I'm not. But the people who use that word understand that it is not appropriate. It is possible for people to see things from different perspectives. It is possible for people to disagree.
Okay, you're lying.
And so when you use that kind of terminology, when you try to behave that way, the histrionics here are bizarre. It's bizarre. It's not manly. This is not how our men are supposed to behave.
You know about being manly?
I'm asking about something.
You know about being
really
manly?
Sensitive, really simple.
You know about being manly?
Let's just talk about the title. Why is
this not a problem?
Why is this so hard?
I didn't devise the topic with sa.neter.
I don't understand why this is so hard. I said when I was called, I said we just need to work on the title. Reggie is making it seem like it's an unusual request. It's not an unusual request. When people actually have a debate, they discuss what the topic is. Now I'm hearing I'm going to ask for his email for his side of what he wants on the debate. Give me his email. What is happening here? Suggestion. And Reggie is acting like he doesn't have my number. I've known Reggie longer than I've known sa.neter. Reggie was in my house before sa.neter was. I've known Reggie for a long time, y'all. Probably more than 30 some odd years. I don't know why he's behaving this way. It is perplexing to me. It's perplexing. Why are we doing this? We can't talk about a title of a debate. If we can't even talk about the title of the debate, can we have a respectful scholarly debate? And why is it that if I see something different than you, I must be a liar? It is possible for us not to agree.
Conversation.
Why?
I showed everybody. You want me to show it again?
I don't even know.
The flyer. I did not secretly sit with sa.neter.
I don't even know how this is happening. It's confusing to me. And when I said, let's just talk about it offline yesterday, we could have just talked about it. Why are we doing this? Why is this happening?
Let me say this real quick, y'all. For both Brother Reggie and Jabari, guess what? Everything is dead now. Let's move forward from here. Let's talk about the debate. Let's talk about the title. And that's all. We don't need to talk about what happened yesterday, what you said this day. None of that. Because all that's going to do is keep us going back and forth. So let's talk about the title, Reggie. Like men. Both of y'all, let's do this, man. So are you having a problem?
I never had a problem doing that. I suggested that when you called me.
Yep, I know.
I never had a problem. It's always how it happens. It's always how it happens. From the first debate I ever did on your channel to the most recent debate I've done on your channel. I don't understand why this is so difficult.
Okay, so let me talk. Can I talk to you?
Yeah,
Like a
just
man?
don't bring up no old stuff,
No,
Reggie.
no. Why are you interfering? I want to talk to him like a man. You said that me and Sana,
See,
got
go
together
with
with you.
Here you go with the you said.
No.
you said.
Wait, no. You said, he said, I want to talk to him like a man.
I'm listening.
To the public that me and sa.neter got together to do a one-sided flyer.
No.
The flyer?
Reggie, I told him that I called you and I said, what is the topic, Reggie? And you gave me the topic. You said, this is what the topic is, remember? And then I said, oh, okay. And I wrote that down. Yeah, on the phone.
Wait, you weren't in that conversation?
What you mean?
You wasn't in the conversation when I'm talking to sa.neter.
No, I'm talking about me and you by ourselves. Me and you by ourselves. I called you, remember? Because I wanted to do a flyer just to get it out there. And I said, Reggie, what is the topic again? What y'all talking about?
I said we agreed with tentatively.
Right, and that's what you gave me. So I told Jabari that. Jabari ain't just making that up. He's not lying, Reggie. Okay. I told him that.
Okay, wait. So then why didn't you call Jabari?
Because I tried to call Jabari. Jabari be busy a lot, brother. He be grading his students. He'll get back to me when he got the time, like when they go on break. But that's why I called you. See what I'm saying?
And what did I do wrong? What did I tell you that was wrong?
I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't think you did nothing wrong. All Jabari is saying, he want to have a say-so over the title so y'all both can agree. That's all he's saying. Tweak it a little bit. He ain't got no problem with saying they not literal. He ain't got a problem saying that. He told you that.
So far the flyer is okay, except for the tweaking.
Yes, he want to tweak it a little bit.
There's no money on the flyer.
Right. There's no date. There's no date. I just wanted to get a flyer rolling.
Right.
So the people could see it.
I was saying that we had a conversation, which I played for you, that where he said, okay, it's tentatively. That allowed you to draft a flyer. So nobody, what did I do that's wrong? I didn't have no secret.
Let me tell you something, Reggie. When I called Jabari and we was on the phone, Jabari was having issues talking with his mother. He was with his mother. So, you know, a brother probably going to say something anyway just to get back to doing what he's supposed to do. He said that. He was with his mother, bro.
Okay, so you called me and he said, and you asked me what we decided on tentatively, and I gave that to you. What did I do wrong?
You ain't do nothing wrong.
Okay, fair.
This is what you did wrong. You refused to have a conversation with him over the flyer right now. No,
I'm willing to do it in public.
You're doing wrong.
I'm willing to do it in public. What's wrong with that?
All right, I don't know, Jabari.
Is there a reason why we can't have a conversation? Why?
Yeah, we are. We're having a conversation right now.
But why does it have to be in front of everyone? What's going on? Why?
I agree, man.
It's going to be in front of everybody. It's no trickery.
That's a debate.
Right. It's no trickery. So why can't we just say, what do you want to add to the flyer? Or what do you want to subtract?
Reggie.
Go on, Jabari. It's not that hard. You're a professor.
Reggie, what I said to you is that I want to have a conversation offline about the topic. You're making this bigger than it was. I don't know what you're making it bigger than it was. It was simple. And even yesterday when you came on, I said I had an issue with 2 words in the whole flyer.
What's the 2 words?
You didn't hear me say it like 8 times? Everyone in the chat can tell you what the 2 words were.
But not.
It's simple. Yeah, it's simple.
But not is not in the flyer. It says the netters are literal. I mean, the netters are real, right? Oh,
but not.
But not literal. So you're right about that. So what do you want to change? Because you said the but not.
Listen, taking a comment I made while having an entire discussion and saying that that's the title for the debate is not really the best way to do it.
No, I decided that I wanted to debate you based on the inaccuracies of what you said.
I don't think that we have I don't think we're disagreeing on what we're actually debating on.
Okay, so okay, I'm gonna sit back.
But wait, listen.
What do you want to add, Jabari?
Wait, hold on. I'm glad that we're taking the temperature down because there's no need for us to argue about this.
Jabari, it's simple. What do you want to add? What do you
want? So why is it that you are saying that we cannot have a phone? Usually, the way it's done is that either the two opponents talk to each other without sa.neter, or sometimes sa.neter is on the phone. It's not a problem.
I debated you several times. We didn't go through that BS.
Are you saying we did actually go through that process?
No, we did not.
We did.
No, I attacked the comedics. You decided that you wanted to defend them. We didn't go through no.
But that wasn't a debate. You did a presentation. I did a presentation. When we actually had a discussion with each other, a debate.
Jabari, it's not that simple. I mean, it's not that complex. Jabari, what do you want
to change? I don't think it is complex.
So what do you want to change?
It is. But I don't understand. Now it's sounding like you're saying that we can't even have a conversation.
We are having a conversation.
But it doesn't need to be done here.
Why not? Tell us why not.
Because all of the dynamics of the debate should be discussed and not have everyone in it. We should talk about how long each round is.
No, we don't need.
We talk about what the title right now is going to be. This is always how we do it.
No, we are just for the purposes of the flyer. We don't need to talk about all of that. All we need to do is basically talk about. Give me a suggestion. Give me a suggestion.
Reggie, wait. Are you that? Or have you gotten to the point where you hate me so much that we can't even be on the phone call? Is that what's happened?
No, I want to have a conversation in public about the title of the debate.
And wait, listen.
Okay, I'm gonna get off the phone right now. I'm gonna get off. sa.neter, you call me. You call me with Jabari right now.
Hold on.
No. I'm done.
Hold on a second.
No. Because see, this is BS. Wait. You call me right now. We spent too much time. You call me right now. We have this conversation.
What is happening? Calm down. What? Listen, now he's making it seem like, well, it's not a big deal, but why did you have this whole conversation in public? You know what, Reggie? We haven't even talked about money yet. All of that does not need to be in public. All of it needs to be a conversation that we have with sa.neter privately. All of it.
Sure.
It's not just the title.
Sure.
It's like the administrative stuff that happens. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Hold 1 second.
Moving to go.
This is the administrative stuff that happens before the debate. That's what happens. And you and I have done this before. You and I have not done a paid debate before, but you and I have done this before. All of the administrative stuff. Are we agreeing on what the title is? How long are the rounds? How many rounds are there? What do we think about? We were saying that we were going to do this in person. We need to talk about where it's going to be, how much it's going to cost. What are you going to get? What am I going to get? All of it.
I'm on the dispute here. Just simply has to do with the title. I'm willing to get off the public right now and to get on a private conversation with you now. Just simply about the debate title.
But let me say this to you. I want to have a private conversation, but I'm still perplexed as why you've made this larger than it is. You can't have a why is it that you seem to have a problem talking to me?
Jabari,
you talk to lots of people that you dislike. You do. You've had debates with people that you dislike.
Jabari, it's simple. We'll get off the phone and we will find a debate topic. I'll tell you.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
I'm out of here.
Hey, Jabari, you got time to get on the phone?
Sure, we can talk now.
Right, I'm calling y'all. I'm ending the show.
Okay.
Peace out, everybody. We out.
All right.
I'll be back to let y'all know the details.